Here come the microphones, and here come our faces, and we're on. Right in the middle of Sid's Big Bite. Hi, everybody.
Always.
Hello.
Wow.
Hey, people. It's Tales of Sentra, episode 4. We got a lot of stuff to do tonight. I wrote a lot of stuff, so we're gonna get right to it. But first, who would like to do a little recap?
I guess I'll attempt to. I'm not always very good at these.
You're fine.
But we had completed our mission, and then we were heading back down further south, and trying to find this Wanty leader, and well, eventually we found ourselves in a little worm tunnel metro center thing, subway station, whatever you New Yorkers call it.
Train station.
We spent the night there out in the desert, and then when we woke up, there was some burly dwarf guy who was like, "Hey, there's a giant. You gotta go kill him." And we're like, "We have questions and suspicions, but okay." So we went out, and this giant was not any ordinary giant. It was like it, but giant. It was terrifying. It was magical. It had some magical device on it, and it was super scary. So some of us tried to do some sneaky tactics, like sneaking up along a cliff and pushing a rock over to hit it. It was not that effective, even though we did successfully do that.
You rocked it. You rolled
So
really
we ended up
well
just fighting
there.
it the old-fashioned way, and we eventually defeated it. And then we found the Wanty leader and 2 of her guards, and they were I forget what they said. Somebody fill me in here.
They said they went to the Orklands where they said, hey, there was a dream that he was going to die. And then they came back and he was dead. So.
They spoke with a seer there. Or a shaman. They spoke with a shaman.
They spoke to a witch doctor person.
Yeah.
And they said, yep, he's about to die. You should get back there. And then they ran into us, and we were like, yep, he's dead. End of story.
Prophecies are getting fulfilled. We all went back eventually. Once we had gathered them, we all went back to the main city, the circle.
Octon.
And no one's being accused of anything as of yet. But we completed one mission, got some gold, and now we're about to be set on another mission. But that dwarven dude was up to some sneaky business, and the big magical item that we retrieved from the giant, he stole that from Visk and replaced it with a big block of cheese, which in Visk's mind was actually more valuable to him than the magical item was in some ways. So he's not totally pissed. If anything, he might be somewhat amused by the trick.
You should be pissed that he stole 87 gold from the giant.
Yeah, but I don't know he did that.
He stole a magic item and almost 100 gold.
Okay, I don't know about the gold. I do know that he took the item. And normally I would be really pissed, but there's a certain element of karma that I feel like at this point I probably deserve it.
That's fair.
Yeah, you guys don't actually know that he did sneakily steal that gold. Minor, well, you're not quite done with recapping yet, but minor thing. The Wanty did speak with the shaman in the orc city, but she basically just had no answer. Like, I don't know, he's been having these dreams and it's weird. I don't know, I don't know anything more. It wasn't like predicted that he would die, but he did. But there was one last little thing that happened at the end of, well, it would have been before y'all went to bed, unless you already said it. about your current mission.
We have been asked by the city guard of Octon to help protect the Goliath ambassador squad as they head back to where the Goliaths live, appropriately named Golithan.
Yep. Good old Golithan, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, it's pretty simple name there.
Golithan.
Yeah. And I should say, because you asked before we went live, Ryan, you guys did complete what I had written down as an arc, so I probably should give you guys some experience for that. So, we'll jump you guys up. Give you guys a nice 500 experience for finishing up that arc/quest. That seems like a fair amount for that.
I was thinking for a side quest, like 500 seemed fair.
Yeah. And you guys did finish what I dubbed the Broken Circle arc in my notes. So there you go. You finished your first story quest, basically.
Yay.
So that's the deal. You're up the next morning. You've been asked to accompany the Goliath envoy back to their city. Well,
that's right. I tried selling them this magical item. And then they, at first were kind of threatening, like they were going to just take it from me.
I don't know. Sil seemed to genuinely.
And they decided they just didn't want it.
Yep.
It wasn't so much stealing as, you gave it to them, and then they're like, this is mine now.
I gave it to them as, yeah, you want to try this on? Okay. As merchants do from time to time.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know, Visk, known for his mercantile skills.
He's still growing. He's only 3rd level. He can be what he wants to be. Dream your dreams, Fisk.
This is true.
Dream your dreams.
You know what? This was a pivotal moment for me. Am I going to be a character that learns to trust more or trust less? And, well, that was an experience that taught me to trust less.
So, who are we going to pick up with in the morning? We got some of morning stuff with the crew that slept in the circle because you woke up to find the cheese wheel in place of your magical item. Would we like to continue there or pick up with Valison at her parents' place? What do we want to go with first?
Why don't we pick up with Valison?
Okay. And I should also point out, as with last week, Andrew will be joining us tonight just later on. So Van is again going to be silent for a bit, but he will show up later. Okay, yeah, we can jump to Valison first. Let's do that. Valison's at home with her family. The good old.
Is everybody still asleep?
Depending on when are you getting up.
I would like to get up pretty early so I could get them while they are still asleep.
I see. Okay, that's fair. I think you would know what time they would be prone to rise, so yeah, if you want to get up before them, that's fair. I'd say you're probably up just before, probably like 7 a.m. or something like that. Not that we've been, anal about time or anything, but probably around that time.
Okay. So the first thing that I would like to do is I would like to sneak into Ildan's room, and I just want to leave him 2 gold coins on his dresser.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to him later.
Okay.
And then I would
also
also
if you're
just
going into his room first. Give me a stealth check.
Oh no, already.
You're sneaking in, so
That's fair.
You'll probably beat him based on what I just rolled.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
He doesn't even stir.
So I'd like to leave that on his dresser, and then I would like to sneak into my mom and dad's room and kind of do the same thing, only with 12 gold.
Okay. Same deal. Give me another. I'm only gonna make you do the one check.
Where's the picture at? Come here. I have to touch you.
What'd you get? You got a 6?
I got a natural 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just let me just.
So you go in and you drop the coins, but since you're dropping a dozen coins, they all do the change noise as they all just hit the dresser.
So initially, she already has some like counted out in her hand in a neat little stack, and she like sneaks over to the dresser, and she's like trying to get her thumb out from underneath it, and then that thing happens where you like squeeze it too hard, and then just all shoot out, and she's just.
You are this brief tangent. This reminds me of I was in a show in college, and we were getting notes after one of our performances, and I had like a bag of Skittles or Reese's Pieces or some like bag of many small candies like that. And when I opened, like, I was going to do, like, the pop to open it thing. And when I popped, it popped the bottom. And so, in the middle of the director being like, all right, let's gather around for notes. He's, like, talking to somebody, okay, so when you're doing this scene, and then you just hear a waterfall of candy, like, fall down the chairs. Okay, so
I would leave, and I would never come back.
So you spill all your change, and or all your gold, and we'll say your mother stirs. Well, they're both gonna wake up. We'll say your mother stirs first. Just what? Allison, what are you?
Just go back to sleep.
What are you doing in our? It's very early.
Cast sleep.
I don't have it.
Also, she's a drow.
I don't have
it.
So.
I was just dropping something off it before I went. I didn't want to make a fuss and saying goodbye or anything like that. It's only going to be a day. Maybe 2, 3, who knows, really. But it shouldn't be long, and I just wanted to drop this off. And, sorry for waking you.
It's fine. We were going to get up pretty soon anyway. And thank you, Allison. It's, we all have to stretch things pretty thin in this family, and it means a lot that you would be generous with what you've earned.
He's treating you okay, right?
The Andirs are treating me about the same as always. The little one is walking around now, which means he can also kick shins sometimes when he's being stubborn.
I will try to bring you more. I have more, I just don't know what I'm gonna have to use for supplies, or what supplies I'll be needing.
We've all had to look out for ourselves a lot in the past, so it's okay that you need to focus on yourself first. If we can all take care of ourselves well enough, then we don't need to reach to help each other as much.
You're right. I did leave Ildon some money. Just make sure he doesn't spend it all on sweets. Or maybe he could,
We'll see. We'll see what he decides to spend it on. Then she'll shake your dad a little bit. Say goodbye to your daughter. She's leaving on the mission. And he's just kind of...
On a mission.
Be safe.
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I love you too. You be well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in a few days.
This brother looks exactly like a 13-year-old drow. Just like, no one understands me. Just one understand.
Yeah, he looks like
Drow pictures are so limited.
they really are. You just end up... You get better... I mean, they are just dark elves, but you get slightly better results by Googling dark elf as opposed to drow, but yeah, they're pretty limited. And as we... I mean, even from your mother's portrait here, because it's a female fantasy character, we know how those results always are. Yeah, I mean, like, granted, hey, Val's mom's got it going on, but, like... Why
she does. She has the va-va-boom. I see it.
But why is that?
It reminds me of, like, drow share.
I was gonna say, like, are all elf moms MILFs? Is that like a requirement?
On Pinterest, yes, because that's
it's
all
either
people know how
that
to
or
draw.
they look like angry, gnarly, dirty drow.
Yeah. Point is, guys, if you're drawing fan art, like, give the ladies clothes and armor that makes sense. Give them real armor.
I gave them a breastplate. What do you want?
It's called full plate. Like, all right.
I don't see
anyway, goodbye. I love you both so much.
Full figure.
All right, so that's that. Okay, so the rest of you are waking up over in the circle.
And I'll go to the tunnels and I'll just hang
wait
out.
for people. Okay. Yeah, the people are probably departing a little after 9, so you got some time. Meanwhile, the rest of you are sleeping in various barracks and guest quarters in the circle. So you wake up the next morning.
Hey, Vron. Vron.
Yes, this.
Hey, 2 things. 1, it was really nice having drinks with you last night. And 2, the funny-looking dwarf dude swapped out my magic item for a block of cheese.
You mean he stole it?
Yeah. But also, we have this cheese now.
What kind?
That's a good question. DM, what kind of cheese is it?
Gouda.
Let's...
Gouda.
Yeah, we'll say it's Gouda.
I have like a huge half of a wheel of Gouda in my kitchen.
That's better than me looking up a list of cheeses on Wikipedia and rolling like a D100. We'll say Gouda.
It's good with apples.
It's good with bacon.
Ron, I like you.
On like eggs.
So I'm gonna offer you. So I'm not gonna offer many people. You want some of this cheese?
I hate Gouda. You can keep it.
We all make mistakes. All right. Well, I am going to. I assume the cheese was like tied to a rope or something.
Yeah.
All right. I am just gonna continue to wear the cheese, Flava Flav style.
All right,
Is Braun
great.
like a sharp cheddar kind of guy?
He's like the nastiest one. You can like blue cheese.
Oh no! Don't
like
do
with
that.
Like the really smelly kind, the hard cheese.
Does he go for the kind that's like illegal in the States because it's still got maggots in it?
Oh
Are
yeah.
you my father-in-law? You're my
I thought
father-in-law.
Ron would just be American, even though there is no America here.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
he
prefer
wouldn't think
American
that American cheese.
What is
If there was Northport cheese, maybe.
Yeah. I feel like Northport cheese would be like a Swiss.
But in lack of American cheese, he'll take the gnarliest, nastiest blue cheese that you can find.
It's more mold than actual cheese.
Correct.
Find a name for it. Give me like 10 minutes.
Well, I'm sorry that no matter what I try to offer, it's just never good enough. And I storm out.
Never good enough. And he's gonna walk after him.
Van is still in the room, and he just like
Damn it.
acknowledges your pun. That was all right. Yeah.
You didn't hear that.
Okay, so everybody heads off to the Worm Tunnel Station. Who's ready for a really fun Photoshop of what these things look like?
Is it the giant pink Alaskan worms?
Oh my god!
This took forever to find stuff that kind of worked. I'm still not happy with it, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I'm cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get there and you see like all the other envoys are also ready to go home. And they're also accompanied by additional security. They're accompanied, it's mostly city watchmen and stuff like that. Maybe a couple extra mercs that were hired for the job. But yeah, everyone going home is getting extra security in lieu of the events. Even the 2 orc chiefs who are left after their actual boss died. Even they've got some extra security despite definitely not wanting it. But so you get there and Youthful and Syl are there and they're ready to hop aboard and head off with you guys. So as you approach, you approach and Youthful, just says, "Oh yes, hey everybody, good morning to you. You will need these before you board," and he'll hand out like some royal, approval, letter of approval kind of deals to you guys. They're only letting certain people ride these, not open to the public just yet, so just make sure you hold on to these writs so that you can ride with us.
Okay.
Will do.
That was Ritz as in the plural of Rit, not Ritz crackers, just to clarify.
One of those is definitely better than the other.
Yeah.
It is crackers.
So yeah, this
Is
is
this
what
Youthful or Syl we're speaking to?
I think it's
Syl doesn't
probably
talk.
Youthful.
Youthful, do you have any idea how long this trip is going to take?
Well, they say these worms can get about 100 miles in a day, so we should arrive early this evening.
That's incredible.
Yes, it's a very fast form of travel.
Do we see the worms where we are?
Yeah, you'd see them like, you would board them like a train, so you would see it like, in front of you, basically.
I do not like it.
Because
That is both the most fascinating and horrifying thing I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it really was amazing that they were able to tame these things and harness them for these tunnels.
What do they feed them?
I am not quite
Positive
sure.
vibes and thankfulness.
I think the secret ingredient most of the time is love.
Is that what you heard? You
Uh,
are beautiful no matter what anybody says.
so everybody gets on board.
There's gonna be a murder on the train, guys.
I'm not.
I can sense it. I can feel it.
I give you my word that there will not be a murder on this Orient Express.
I murder Visk.
I don't believe you.
I was gonna say, you can give your word. That doesn't mean we give our word.
Yeah. Oh no, a worm passenger has died.
I go to the Goliath and be like, all right, so I know you weren't interested in the magical item, but this cheese.
So Syl like looks down at the cheese, picks like a bite off, looks at Youthful, and then walks a bit farther back into your train car. Youthful just looks at you. I think he wants to spar you.
He wants to spar me?
We Goliaths, very competitive bunch, and I think Syl would like
That
to
means
see what
he
you're made
likes
of.
you.
What are you wagering?
Now that's for him to determine.
The way I see it, you already owe me a little clump of cheese.
Youthful will reach into his pocket and pull out 1 copper. Just be like, I assume this will cover that. Was it? Visk barks in acknowledgement.
I can't smile with this thing on. It keeps coming off.
Somebody is hoarding the toys, okay? We are calling her Smog. She is Smog
That's funny.
these days.
So just for sake of y'all writing it down, you've begun the sparring with Syl side quest. Say that 5 times
Ooh.
fast. So anyway, Youth will just tell you. So yeah, if you wish, you could carry that out when we arrive in town or before you head back. Up to you, but
Oh,
You
we're not
can't do
gonna
it
really
here
try
on
to
the
get-
train?
something tells me that might be a little destructive.
Oh,
I have a much
I
better
was just wondering what we're gonna do this whole time.
I have a much better sparring yard by my home. That would be a much better place for a fight. In the meantime,
Alrighty then. So you didn't answer my question. What are we wagering?
well, again, that would be for him to determine. You'd have to ask him.
You have this whole...
Yes, you have to ask the mute what he wants.
Guys, what do you think I could get for sparring this guy?
A
What
black
makes you
eye.
think you can beat him?
Maybe 2
Awesome.
black eyes.
Youth
Mako,
will like lean
Mako,
into your
please.
little huddle. Oh,
Mako, please.
you don't have to fight him alone, Visk. He'd be happy to take on all of you.
I am
At
very
the same
squishy.
time?
What makes you think he can beat all of us?
Look at him.
I'm not the one making the challenge. It's just something Syl likes to do.
His
Guys.
muscles have muscles.
Consider it his way of thanking you for the extra security on our way home.
Oh man,
By
guys,
bludgeoning us?
totally
By...
get in on this. Let's wreck his shit.
I
don't
don't really
know.
want to beat an old man.
I
Oh,
don't
he looks
know
like
if
a
you
tough guy to-
remember, but we fought that giant, and he kind of punched you really, really good, and you were almost like kind of about to, be dead.
That was a giant, though. This is a half giant at best.
So it'll take him 2 punches then.
I think that math works.
Well, with the 3 of us, we can definitely beat him.
Oh, I didn't say that I, would
I am
fight him.
here. I'm just being very quiet because I'm not Andrew.
More of us.
I would like to quietly just not be a part of it because I feel like he might break my viol. And I don't. Well, maybe. If you just keep him away.
Well, if you guys are too chicken, then I'll just have to do it on my own.
I'll watch that.
No, Mr. Braun, we're not gonna make him do it alone.
No, who's making him? He wants to do it.
We are not going to let him do it alone because he will die.
Listen, my brother is one of the strongest dragonborn there is. He's just as tough as this guy, I'm sure. And I've been sparring with my brother since we were just little kids.
But
Yeah,
you're
see, he's
level
got it all
3.
under control. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Go get some bacon and eggs.
You know, I was just thinking about that.
You
And
can
I'll
have
walk
cheese,
up towards
too.
the kitchen part.
Okay. Van will certainly offer to help you out in a sparring situation.
I mean, I'm going to
Excellent.
help,
Two rogues
but
working together. We'll double team and get all the advantage.
I'm going to help, but I'm gonna stay really far away.
All right.
Like, so far away.
Well, then I suppose I'll tell him that you're all game.
Yes. We might not be able to overpower him, but we can outsmart him.
Why
Together,
are
we
you
can do it.
smiling like that?
I'm just a happy guy. Is that so strange?
Well, no, it's actually very charming, but in this instance, it's a little worrying.
I like watching a good fight too. I won't lie.
Nobody said it was
Well, then
good.
you and Ron can sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Watching.
Well, I suppose we better get comfortable. We'll be there this evening.
You call that bacon and eggs?
Yeah, you say you want all of it. It's only gonna be a day trip.
This is not nearly enough.
It's literally all we got. It's exactly your request.
Come stomping back into the room. This train needs to move faster.
I'm sure that they have very good bacon and eggs in Golithan. Like, big bacon and eggs. There has to be plenty. Look at them. Like,
Utho,
Yes.
what's the diet like in Golithan?
Meats, cheeses, dairy. You've seen us, right?
I have.
I mean, I'm not even a fighter. I'm more of a philosopher. And look at these.
My God, those guns.
Hey, Ron. I got a question for you.
Hmm.
I felt like you were kind of judging me for eating a lizard a while back. And I'm just wondering, like, isn't eating pig kind of weird considering how close they are to humans?
How are they close to humans?
I mean, you guys are pretty close in your general makeup, aren't you? You're both furry. You got similar skin and muscle. You probably taste the same, but I've never tasted human.
You think I'm furry?
Yeah.
well, you know, you have.
You got a furry nose, furry head. Look at me, I don't have any fur.
This is true.
I'm just saying, like, the pig seems kind of similar to you guys. Like, from an outsider's point of view. I'm just saying.
So a human is like a pig, as a lizard is to a lizard folk.
Dragonborn, not lizard folk. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna judge me for eating a lizard, then doesn't that kind of open you up to being judged for eating a pig?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, then.
Judge away. And he's
I'm
gonna
not
take a
gonna
big
judge you,
bite
I'm
of
just
that
saying, don't judge me, that's
train
all.
bacon.
Trade bacon.
Train bacon.
Oh, it sounds awful.
It really
tough.
does.
I probably should have let him cook it first.
You are my father-in-law. Stop it.
Father-in-law
Don't make me laugh.
actually eat raw bacon?
I've seen that man eat some raw bacon.
and he is alive somehow. And with all of his...
I love bacon, but sometimes the cooking's just so it's warm. Let's be real.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, anything else people want?
I googled lizard bacon to see if there was any like equivalent.
Go on a stick.
That's weird. Yeah, there isn't like a bacon equivalent for other meats other than like pork.
There's turkey
bacon.
Oh yeah, there's turkey bacon. But like
there's deep fried bacon lizard. I don't even know what that is.
There's no such thing as like a beef bacon. You know what I mean? Like that's weird.
Yeah, the meat's different. It's not as fatty.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
I'll explore this train.
Okay.
I would like to get maybe Vander to teach me how to play poker some more.
Yeah, he'll do that. You're gonna find mostly empty cabins while you're exploring Braun, because it's pretty much just you guys going home right now.
Yeah, are there
Or
any
taking
like
them home.
entertainment cabins or buffets, bars, things like that?
There would be, but considering that not everything's open to the public yet, you'll walk past what will eventually be those cars, but aren't currently up and running.
All right, then I'll do a security sweep of this train.
Okay.
Briefly before poker, is Syl still in the car, or is he in a different car
Yeah,
than
he's
usual?
probably just sitting in a seat, being his quiet self.
Okay, good. Then poker it is then.
Man.
You don't find any threats. Someone had
How many people are on this train right now?
Well, let's see. There would be... You've got a 4-person party. You've got these 2 giants. You've got the guy who just cooked for you. You've got a conductor. I'm going to say you have 10 to 12 people.
So there aren't that many other passengers right now.
There are no other... Yeah, it's really just you guys as far as passengers. Right now... Well... No, you know what? Based on here, let's go back to the layout of the tunnels real quick. Let me back that up actually, because based on the way things split, you would probably actually be riding with the orcs until you reach this junction here. So the orc party and their couple guards are actually probably on the train as well, probably a few cars back.
Oh, so there are orcs here.
Yeah, sorry, I have to change my answer because I had to think about the way the tunnels were laid out.
All right.
So any of the parties going to the west, you would have had a lot more people on a single train. But yeah, for this one, it's just going to be Goliaths and orcs. So if you go back, 2 or 3 train cars, you would find the orcs in their company as well. So even with them, though, I'm going to say still under 20 people.
I feel like we should go speak to the orcs.
If you want to.
Valison.
Yes?
Would you like to accompany me to go speak to some orcs?
Sure, if you'd like.
Can I roll to see if I overhear this invitation?
I'm gonna lay my cards
Yeah, I don't
down,
see why
face
not.
down. It was a winning hand. It was a royal flush. We'll play again later.
I'm gonna say it's up to... I don't know how quiet they were being in their conversation. I'll say that's up to Ryan and Sid.
Is Viscus just like Javert, like constantly just eyeing Braun up, just like
Wherever
just,
Braun is,
peeking through
he's just
windows and
kinda
shit?
No, I mean, there's a good chance that I would be hanging out with Van too. He's cool. He's just quiet right now.
We've been playing we played poker before, Visc.
we're gonna go check out the orcs train cars. Mind staying here and keeping an eye on our passengers?
Sure.
Are you okay?
Fine.
Just keep playing. You're beating him, I think. God.
I'm fine.
We leave.
All right. Yeah, you go.
Rip.
The orc's like,
Oh
yeah,
my
2 cars
God.
down.
What is
Are
your
they
deal?
transporting his body? Is he?
Yeah, I guess his body would be there, wouldn't it?
As we're walking down, I want to strike up a conversation. Val, you know a thing or two about politics, yeah?
I mean, a little bit here and there. Why? What is it that you need exactly?
Something doesn't add up to me. Can I run something by you?
Sure, of course.
So, the circle gathers, and all the ambassadors of all the kingdoms come to Octon, and they talk their peace talks or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what keeps the lands at peace. Then
Yep.
this time, they got all this extra security, and they all gather, and one of them, the ambassadors, dies. In a magic-proof area, no signs of foul play, murder weapons, or anything. No medical examination, nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they did medically examine him. It just, you got
They
those
just-
results.
They didn't find a cause, though, correct?
Correct.
He
Sorry.
just
But
dropped
it's not that he
dead.
wasn't examined. They just, yeah. Sorry.
So we get sent out, find the auntie, bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously question them, and then they send everyone home.
That's what I'm saying. It seems a little strange. Just a little weird.
You know what it makes me think?
That there was somebody at an Octon, maybe? Somebody in the circle?
It seems like an inside job.
Mm-hmm. I thought about that, and I do not think it was one of the orcs. They usually challenge each other by combat. They take great honor in it, and Varuk, he was a long-time runner, if I remember correctly. I do not think it was one of his.
Do you know if he had any enemies?
Varuk? As far as I remember, I would like to make a history check. Let me see. It's not gonna be great. I already rolled my natural one today. Okay, that's all right. That's
Got it
not
out of your
awful.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the best of your knowledge, like, he's definitely had challengers because obviously, you know, orcs, they like to fight each other for, you know, power and stuff.
But also somebody that lasted that long, I would think that he was respected as well.
Yep.
It just seems odd to me that they would just release all of the suspects so quickly.
Very quickly. And
It has
I
been
know
about,
that
like, a
it
week and a
was-
half.
yeah. I know it was good on her, on Hessa, to return to the circle as she did, willingly. It was good on her people to return to the circle, willingly. But it does not make them any less suspicious. I do not think it was them, though.
I want to ask these guys, see what they think,
Sure.
how they feel about it. But I have that thing.
That thing.
The thing where I talk and people don't like me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I
Could
don't
you-
think people really like me much either. But I can definitely try to help you out, yeah?
yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so you go on in, and probably like way in the back of the car is Varuk's actual body, probably, you know, laid out and covered. Rarfu and Zarfu are sitting there, and excuse me, Varfu, and yeah, there's probably a couple, you know, extra city watch guards just back by the body.
Like,
How
all
many-
of these are really, like, intimidating figures by the frickin' way. Jesus.
his footwear is pretty damn dope.
How many orcs are there?
2 living.
Only 2? Oh, I guess it's not that rowdy of a tavern after all.
Yeah. No, they didn't send that big of a group. It was just Farouk and his 2 respected war chiefs, basically.
Or are they his bodyguards?
Yeah, if they needed to be, sure. So one thing, I may have said this before, so just in my, headcanon, the way I've worked, orc lineages, you'll notice that Varuk and Varfu have, the same first part of their names, indicating that they are relatives, although not necessarily brothers, but, more like cousins. And then Varfu and Rarfu, because they have the same ending of their name, are actually brothers. So these are 2 brothers that were cousins to the orc that died.
It's Varfu and Arfu?
Varfu and Rarfu. It's written right under them. But your token maybe covered their names.
So it is.
Yep. That's just like a headcanon thing I've thought of as far as orc naming conventions.
Gentlemen, might we join you?
Yeah, go right ahead. Have a seat.
How are you on this day? This is pretty interesting ride, isn't it?
I've never ridden on something quite like this. Yeah.
I'll say this is guy over here on the right that you're talking to now.
Like, you can't even believe that you're gonna be home tonight instead of in days or something. It's crazy.
It's certainly a lot faster than when we went to the capital, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, we're with the Goliaths, we are kind of escorting them home, and we were actually a part of the group that went to go relocate Hessa after she departed, and we just wanted to swing by and give our condolences. And
it's appreciated. Our cousin was a really, really strong leader. Put down a lot of challengers. Stopped my brother and myself a couple times too when we got a little too power hungry. He was a real tough one.
It certainly seems that way.
Yeah.
How did you find out when it happened?
Well,
His death, I mean.
We were having a good time with the Wanti. Knocking back some ale, talking to some of those, Cobra women. And, Baruch told Hessa about the dreams he's been having. Scary stuff, and I guess it spooked her. So she left, and, kinda took the party with her when she left. We decided to call it a night, and, when we came to check, just to make sure that Farouk was all good for the night, there he was.
oh,
He seemed to have at least gotten himself back to bed, but whatever happened to him happened right when he passed out from the ale, I guess.
were Varuk and Hessa close at all? He confided in her with these dreams?
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't trust Wanti, They've only been a part of this circle for a little while. And, a lot of people don't trust orcs either. Different reasons, I suppose, but you kind of bond when people give you a weird look, sometimes.
The outcasts.
Something like that.
Birds of a feather flock together. Right,
Yeah.
Bron? Right, okay.
Somewhere the Aarakocra on their train are like, that joke sucked!
That was a perfect joke!
Yeah.
Fight me!
Sometimes some of our half-orc relatives are a bit more widely accepted, but people say us, they just assume a fight's ready to break out,
Varuk, though, he was a healthy guy. Slayed a lot of enemies, rode into battles, did lots of squats, I assume.
Yeah, he was a tough one. Put down a lot of contenders for our leader.
When you found him, did you suspect anything?
Well, didn't look like he'd been hit by any weapon, which tells me whoever did this took some sort of cowardly route. But
But they are also saying that they did not find any poison on the body, if I remember.
yeah, Watch said they found no poison. Not that we're magic users anyway, but that doesn't
No.
work within the circle. So, I don't know what to think. All I know is that our leader is dead, and there's a good chance that people are going to want to see my brother and I fight for who takes his place.
Remind
lot of
me,
pressure.
you don't usually fight to the death or anything, do you?
Depends
Not
on the
typically?
Depends on the contender. If they're fighting to the death, so be it, but I find
That's
it
fair.
unnecessary most of the time. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy a good brawl now and again, but if
Of
you want to
course
see
not.
another fight, you've got to spare and be spared for some of these other squabbles.
Gotta whip them into shape when they're young.
Something like that. There was definitely a few that took their challenges a little too far, and Farouk knew it was kill or be killed. But for
Of
the most
course.
part, we know when we've been defeated. And to be honest, it's not that often, but we know.
A little hard-headed, maybe.
Well, hard everything. I mean, look at me.
You know, I've heard that twice today.
Huh.
Weird. To kind of steer back to the situation, though, I am sorry to keep bringing it up, but did Varuk have any enemies at all?
Specifically a part of the circle.
Anybody with the circle that maybe he didn't quite sit right with?
I don't think so. It's not like anyone's shown any, hatred for us like they seem to do for the Yuan Ti. He certainly had people he was... I guess this is the opposite of what you're asking. He certainly had people he was close with, like Hessa, but I wouldn't say he was at odds with anybody. It's...
Who is typing that shit? You're a monster.
It's been a long time since there's been any sort of war, and I think we'd like to keep it that way. Fighting's
Can
fun.
I maybe
Bloodshed's a
insight
little
check him
different.
on, like, the enemy part?
Sure,
Can I
you can
maybe
insight check
insight?
him on whatever you want.
I mean, I believe him,
Okay.
but
While you're
just
doing
in
that, I'm
case.
gonna consult one of my PDFs. One of my timeline PDFs.
What is with these shitty rolls?
Uh,
You know, Braun, maybe I should just give you inspiration and you can give it a go.
Let me pull something up here. Pull up my handy dandy timeline. Because even with that, just knowing the history of this world, there it is. Okay. So, way back in the Age of War, there was the Great Eastern War, where a bunch of folks on the eastern side of the continent all fought together.
Yep.
The Orcs and Goliaths and the Centaurs were kind of on one side, and the humans, elves, half-elves, and the Aarakocra were on the other side. So there's maybe like a little bit of like old-timey disdain from some people. Like there would have been some people still in town, like some humans, elves, half-elves that are like, ugh, these violent orcs. And
Right,
same
but
deal,
it's been years.
Yeah. And same deal with the Aarakocra, because the Aarakocra are very much like, what are you drawing on this dude's head?
He reminds me of Tien from like
okay.
the Cell Saga.
Gotcha.
I was trying to give him like a third eye.
Gotcha.
Like, God, Tien, you are jacked.
He's so personable, too.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
So, I mean, it's been a long time since there's been any conflict like that. But there's certainly the only sort of disdain that would still exist would be, you know, some of your snobbier people, some of your higher ups thinking like, oh, these brutish orcs, ugh. Like, you know,
Like the Elf Queen. Like the Elf Queen! We got it! We got it!
Like some classist stuff maybe, but nothing beyond that. Like especially the Aarakocra are very like, you know, oh, I see. So, yeah.
What about Hessa and the Yuan-Ti?
Who's
Farouk
typing the entire song down here?
Farouk was obviously close to Hessa. Were there ever any plans of a political arrangement?
Right, and she comfortably went to Pawstooth and spoke with a shaman there.
By political arrangement, you talking in like a diplomatic sense or like a
Is that what Val's actually doing?
Maybe a little bit.
Marriage, yes.
right?
This is outside of Braun's viewpoint, so he says, yes, marriage.
I mean, not that he spoke of, but I'd be lying if I didn't say Hessa didn't make some eyes at him from time to time.
How cool would that have
nice.
been? They would have just ruled the countryside.
Maybe
It would have
someone
been neat.
Uh,
took concern with that.
I don't know if
That's what I was
something like
thinking.
that's... I don't know if a breed like that is even possible, if I'm being honest, but... It might have been on her mind.
Try.
Might have been on her mind. I don't know if it was on his.
Did Hessa ever mention any enemies of her? People that particularly bothered the Yuan-Ti?
Or the fact that one of her people also had a similar dream to Varuk's.
I hadn't heard that part.
Oh.
What was another dream?
She said years ago one of her high members, priestess, had a dream. A monster visited her and blew out poison that killed the Yuan-Ti. Poison that they could not even resist. And then shortly afterwards, they died. That's what made her so concerned, or so she says.
Huh. That's terrifying, and thematically similar, at least, to what Farouk was dreaming about. The destruction of a hometown by some unknown thing.
Arrows. Whatever it was shot arrows that had poison on them.
You're mixing the two a bit.
I think the
Am I?
orcs one had dreams about arrows.
Yes, and the one team was about poison.
Got you.
You're on the right track. You just put them together in your head.
Just mix them.
Yeah.
We just think that there might be some kind of link between the two
And we
deaths.
also find it a little strange that, given that there has been no reason given for Varuk's death, that the investigation was still somewhat ongoing, they would send everybody home so shortly, even with the worm tunnels in place.
I'm assuming that's just a safety thing, but I don't know. To be honest, all I'm thinking about is what our people are gonna want from Varfru and myself when we get home.
Fight well.
We always do. I'm sorry, you asked something else before you mentioned the dream? Oh, right. Any sort of enemies or anything like that for Hessa.
This is when you went back to the top of like the dialogue menu, and then you went back to that point.
I have other
about this
questions.
question?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever you need.
Right. So political enemies.
Well, I mean, you know, people just don't trust the Yuan-Ti much. I don't know if there's any sort of, you know, animosity there, but I'd certainly say there's a little trust, and as we all know, the Yuan-Ti, they're always thinking in terms of military, and I guess they do always think about alliances.
We strategize.
Yeah. But you would hope alliances would be so as to not make enemies.
Mm.
Now you've got me rethinking all the passes she would make at Varuk. Makes me wonder if those were strategic or genuine.
Alliances can be a scary thing. Depends on which side you're on.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, is Braun are Braun's hands covered by anything?
He is wearing his gauntlets right now, so.
All right. He would have, Rarfru would have had an additional comment, but given your hands are covered, he does not.
Well, we just wanted to check with you guys, see what you thought.
If anything comes up at all, anything that you think of, we're just a couple cars down.
sure. And when you get there, you'll only be a bridge away
Right
from
across
us.
the bay.
Yeah.
As they turn to leave, Braun's going to say in a very broken Orcish, may the blood of your enemies spill forth greatly. And then, but it sounds like really, really, really bad.
Yeah, it comes out as like, may your enemies' buckets tip over.
Yeah.
and
And he'll
like,
give him a stern look and
yeah.
like,
Right, well,
He'll just say thank you in Orcish just to be polite.
Mr. Braun, how many languages do you know? As they walk back to the car.
a few.
Oh. I'm at 3
You
right
don't know
now.
what you need to speak when you're a guard.
But it's fair.
Okay, so you go back to your train car.
Visk Fisk, did you play him under the table? Did you win?
You're muted, Richard, by the way, if you were going to.
I know, it took me a second to unmute.
Very good.
Sorry, what was the question?
Did you win at poker against Mr. Warren?
Was I
Did you
supposed
even-
to?
I mean, you know, you're supposed to try to win at least a little bit, so then we can go and con people. Wink.
Oh.
You know I'm right here, right?
That's what the wink was for. It was a joke,
Yeah, joke.
mostly.
Insight.
No, I wasn't doing any of that. I was going over some lyrics to an old folk song with Van here.
Yes,
Oh.
it was quite a snapper. I cannot emulate.
Sander, are you
Vander's-
okay?
I don't quite feel like myself. Oh
heavens.
heavens!
You've gotten
sound
quite old all
older
of a
for some
sudden.
reason.
I aged him up by like 60 years.
Well, that's what we were singing about. The
I
heaven.
feel like this ride has taken 60 years.
Well, we just realized that there was a dead man on board, so we just sang out a little tune while you were away.
We didn't really get any closer to finding anything out. I feel like they were being truthful.
I don't think that's true.
I
found
got
out that
closer to being drunk.
Chuck,
Yes.
Chuck.
this might have been an indirect attack at the Yuan-Ti.
Indirect, so framing them.
Framing them or stopping any political gains they were going for.
Mm.
That's true. She could have been lying about that first dream.
Well, if there's anything I've learned in politics, it's that whatever people say their goals are, it's not really what their goals are, and whatever you think they're doing, they're not actually doing them. They're doing something else. So that fits with my worldview.
Maybe you should have taken Visk Fisk. I feel like he is more in on the politics.
Maybe. Well,
He
I'm
is a
not in
noble.
politics.
It's easy to forget. Visk is a noble.
I'm not in politics, so you know what I mean when I say I'm gonna go lie down.
That sounds like politics to me.
He's going to sit somewhere and have a drink and brood.
You see me leave the room and I grab a bottle.
Believe me, if I know anything about my history, is that a lot of politics was done laying on your back.
With your legs spread, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Not that you would. Not personally. I just mean, you know,
Thank you.
with your bardic.
for- Thank you.
All right, is there any more RP that people would like to do on this train?
I would like to invite the Goliath to play poker with us, and it's not even an RP thing, it's just a friendly invite.
Okay. Wait, both of them, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They'll come over.
We are equal opportunity here. We are trying to make friends. Hello.
I would like to play using my big block of cheese as the wager.
Okay. Syl will not play, but he will be the, like, silent dealer.
I like it. Yeah, that fits.
But Yutha will sit down and play with you guys.
Give me good cards, Mr. Seal. Give
So
me
just-
all the good cards.
Syl looks at you for, like, a second, and then goes back to shuffling. And it's, like, despite his size, it's really amazing shuffling, like there's, like, insane...
He's got the dexterous hands.
Yeah.
Dexterous for how strong he is.
He's doing, like, this, like, he's doing, like, some crazy thing where he, like, punches the deck and, like, catches them and say, "Oh, come down." Like, he's doing, like, amazing stuff.
That's pretty
Yeah, you know, he
cool.
may be something of a gym rat, but, he's pretty skilled with dealing, too.
Take heed, ladies. Find a man who can do both.
That's great
Thank
coming
you.
from that character. So yeah, Youth will just sit down and play with you guys. How is your ride going?
Who?
I mean, we're getting there.
Your ride on the train. Just it's been comfortable for us at least.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how fast we're going. Like, to complain about anything would be insane. Like,
Well, I am a little uncomfortable that they're using like a giant worm to cart us around places, even though it is kind of incredible that we're going to be there by this evening. But they find the whole living creature thing to be a little disturbing.
I mean,
I'd like to roll to see if purple worms are intelligent creatures.
Okay.
Is
Certainly.
that nature?
Yeah, we'll call it nature. Certainly, you've ridden horses.
Yeah, but that is not all they do. They have time to run around, and they get to have fun.
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah,
And they
you
get
have
to
no idea about these things.
eat.
I'm glad I got my nat 1 out of the way with that.
And they get to eat like apple and like sugar cubes, and I mean they aren't always like working. This thing,
Yeah.
I think it looks like it just stays in the tunnel, right, and goes back and forth.
Well, I mean, what more does a worm need to do?
Let him live his dreams.
I don't know if worms have dreams. And
I
let's
don't
be honest,
either.
we know what dreams have been doing nowadays.
Nothing good.
Right. Anyway, 3 of a kind. ...
Straight.
Okay.
That's
No,
a
still
19
gave me all of the
sleight
good
hand
cards.
to get myself a good hand.
No.
Alright, hold on. Because I'm gonna see if you Syl's the one dealing right now. So you said you got a 19?
Yep.
You snuck it past him.
Oh, look at that. 4 of a kind.
Oh, look at all the cheese that you won.
That's nothing but cheddar, baby.
Yeah, good for
It's
you. You
good.
kept your own cheese.
It's
All right.
good.
Does anyone have any? We can fade to black and pick up in Golithan unless other people have questions for you along the way. Up to you guys.
I'm good.
I think I am okay
Okay.
for now.
All right. I'm sure you'll want to ask him more stuff later in the episode anyway. Dun,
Right,
dun,
we don't want to
dun.
leave everything in the train.
And so eventually you arrive in the evening here in Golithan. Yay.
Bow, 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 bow.
You see a little legend there at the bottom. Yeah, so the way the tunnels work is, you know, you kind of dropped off on one end of the city, and then because you know, the worm can't U-turn in the tunnel, so it's got to like wrap around and come back around, you know. So there's kind of a drop off and a departure point. And then yeah, there's some other things. So as you step off that evening, Youth will just turn to you all. Well, I guess your job's basically done, although it's getting near the end of today. You're all welcome to stay at my place if you want. I'm sure Sil would be more than happy to have you there for his little, you know, spar. Otherwise, if you wish to make some purchases, perhaps get a drink, see
Oh, we're not gonna spar at Hillbilly Stadium.
That would be Hillball Stadium.
No.
Sorry,
It is.
my comment is not the best when reading.
It is hillbilly.
Hillbilly Stadium. Well, I suppose you could spar at the stadium, although the season hasn't begun, so it's not properly open yet.
Fair enough.
It is supposed to start tomorrow, though, so if you would like, I'm sure it would be nice to check out a game. All right, switch off.
What is this game exactly you're speaking of?
You never heard of Hillball?
I've only heard of Smite Ball.
Let's roll to see, unless you just wanted to say Braun knows nothing about it, but if the other two of you want to roll, see if you know anything about it.
Where's this game played?
Are you asking me or are you asking Youthful?
You.
Okay, primarily by Goliaths here in this city.
Then he probably wouldn't know what
I was gonna
Hillball
say,
is.
I don't think Braun would know anything.
I feel like Smite Ball is popular in Octon and Northport, though.
Ooh.
Can I roll something that is not a 7?
Visk, you know that this is a sport played primarily by Goliaths, in which the two teams, the arena is basically, there are two hills in either end zone, if you will. So each team, their objective is to get the ball uphill to the goalpost for points. You can also try to throw the ball through the loop that is at the top of the hill for less points, but you can attempt to do that from anywhere on the field.
I know about this game. My brother's a big fan.
And you relay what I just stated.
Yeah, there's a hill. Try to get up the hill, or you throw it through a hoop. It's
That
cool.
sounds miserable. I mean, good for them for playing and having that kind of leg strength, but woo.
It's quite fun. It's a fascinating game to watch.
I'd be down for a watch. When is our worm returning home?
I would assume tomorrow. We can verify that with the conductor. He'll just lean out. Yeah, tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well,
Yeah.
we have some time to kill then.
Well, first we have to get our butts beaten by Syl. I don't necessarily know if that is tonight.
Why are we doing this again? Why are we fighting an old man?
He challenged us.
Why do you guys assume he's
Monster.
old?
Look at him!
Yeah, he's huge and strong.
He's proof dinosaurs existed.
Wait, they don't still?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm
Hey,
sure.
Roll in history to see if dinosaurs.
Do it.
Yeah.
If you would like to.
Is there a dinosaur island to the north?
Even with an 11, you are not sure. You know the world is big, and there may be something like that still out there, but who knows?
We're gonna fight a fucking T-Rex before this campaign's over, guys.
Yeah. You go to the Hillball Stadium, and it's just compies running around everywhere.
So you're saying there's a
Fuck
chance.
What is D? Tall, dark, and handsome.
That is the tavern.
I would like to go there.
Yeah,
Braun
Really?
gives a very judging look.
What?
Yeah, if
I
you
have
all-
to make money to. I have to find a place to play.
if you all wish to get a few drinks in you before you return to my home this evening, by all means, have a great time. Syl
By
is
the
ready to go at any point.
Much. Thank you so much for inviting us to stay in your home. By the way, that is very kind of you.
It's the least I can do. You accompanied us through, such a dangerous journey.
It was really dangerous.
Ron, I sense some hesitation. Is it
What are you
because
in-
you are not tall, dark, or handsome?
What are you inciting?
I was inciting her. I'm just going to play music.
Oh.
Well, I mean, maybe I will have a drink, but also, maybe I will play music. Or maybe not, considering I rolled that many dice and I got a 9 and 2 6s.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
I don't know.
So maybe we just go and we get a drink and we kind of review our information.
No, we should go. I can ask about Anna while we're there.
Fisk, do you want to come? Or are you going to go get beaten up by Syl by yourself?
I'm up for all of it.
Let's go.
Hey, we'll drink too. It will make me feel young again.
Good, Warren. Very good, Mr. Warren.
If we are going to be beaten by an old man, I'd prefer to be drunk first.
Okay, so you go to Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
Oh, dark. Oh my god, look at those kegs.
Right?
Look how big they are.
Big, nice
I
Goliath-sized
stand up
kegs.
as perfectly straight as I can. I'm often hunched over with my long neck kind of sticking out, but I stiffen right up.
How tall are you?
How tall am I?
I don't actually know how tall Viashinos are.
Are you doing that thing that kangaroos do? And when they like kind of hop or walk forward, they use their tail to like move themselves. Yeah.
I do that. I'm nearly 7 feet tall.
Okay. If you do,
typically I'm only 6'6".
we can say you're doing that, but you're still definitely like a foot or more shorter than a lot of these Goliaths. Because I think they're 8 to 10.
Yeah, they're not short.
Yeah.
All the more reason for me to stick my neck out as much as possible to seem as tall as can be.
But again, keep in mind, just because it's primarily Goliath City, you'll still find other races in here. It's not like it's all Goliaths, although it is mostly Goliaths.
Probably won't see any gnomes in here.
Well,
there are actually a couple gnomes like speared on the chandelier. I'm just kidding.
But seriously.
Are there any gnomes? I don't recall there being gnomes at the circle.
There are gnomes, but they live together with halflings, and so their representative was just a halfling.
Okay. Man, no love for the gnomes here.
Yeah.
There usually isn't.
Look how big these chairs are. This chair is huge. Oh, I have somebody talking Dothraki at me now, actually. Like, actually talking Dothraki at me.
In the music playlist?
Yeah. Something
funny.
moved, and they're like, this is where they live. Khaleesi. So, Mr. Ron, Fiskvander, what would you like to drink? I will buy.
I'm going to switch up the music, actually, just so I don't run into that.
I'll take whatever you give me.
Would you like it strong? Actually, you know what? I remember what you tried to get me in Octon. I will get you something good.
I wonder what kind of whiskey they have here. Or
Strong.
scotch.
Imagine it will knock you on your butt.
We will find out.
Okay, one for you. Vander, I'm going to get you something to help you with your throat. I know that you're probably in the mood for an ale or something, but I feel like some hot, like, tea.
Thank you, yes, that would be
probably be best.
keen.
Maybe they'll have a throat lozenge up there.
Maybe they will. I will go get the drinks.
That would be great, thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Alright, so you go up to the bartender, and he's just, oh, hi, welcome.
Hello, hi, good evening.
Yeah.
I would like, what is, like, you know, your best whiskey?
I don't. You can just pick one, I guess. Doesn't matter as long
Are
as
you
you're
okay?
paying
What
for
is
it.
the matter?
Just well, I don't know how much you want to hear.
I am. Look at these ears. I can listen to you forever.
We were had a good chunk of gold stolen from us recently. Got me a little down in the dumps. You know, I pour my heart and soul into this place, and to see somebody just yank stuff out like that,
So disrespectful.
it sucks. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that. When did that happen?
Just the other night, took gold from us, left this weird mark on the counter, and that's kind of all I have to go by.
What weird mark? Let me see here.
Yeah. It is Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I put it on the right layer so that it is sized nicely. Might be tough to see against this, so my apologies.
A C with the dash in there.
C with like kind of a dagger-looking thing through it.
Oh, and then a thing. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right. It like some of it is kind of hard to see.
Yeah,
in there,
sorry, it's dark. I should have made it white.
It's like a cool currency symbol.
You're good.
Yeah.
And every time I try to write it down, I make the tail of the little T thing too freaking short. Tell you what.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just think of it as a C with a like a sword poking through it.
Yep.
It's kind of what I went with.
I don't recognize that, do I?
You can roll for it.
What would you like me to roll? History? Maybe?
I wrote down an investigation check in my notes. So.
Investigation. I am actually better at that, but what I am rolling tonight doesn't freaking matter. Yes.
Cool. But you have no idea what this is. You've
That's
never
fair.
seen it before.
That's fair.
You know, there's an interesting thing I was reading the other day. Like, a natural 20 is a success, but it's not
But if the character
necessarily.
doesn't know, they
well,
don't know.
But it's still not necessarily the best possible outcome. A nat 20 just means yes, you did it. But if you were to roll like a 30, like that means an even better outcome. You know. Nat 20 doesn't mean best possible outcome. It just means a guaranteed success. It's just an interesting way of thinking about it. Anyway, you've never seen this before. You don't recognize it at all.
You know, I am so very sorry. I have not seen this before in my life. But I have some friends. Maybe I can drag them up to the bar and they can take a look and maybe we can help you out a little bit. You just seem very down and I do not like to see
I
that.
would appreciate that a lot. Anyway, let me get you that whiskey. And was that all?
What is like a fancy drink that isn't necessarily whiskey? Maybe just something, you know, like not frou-frou, but like like an IPA almost, maybe, or like a cider, or
if you want a cider, I got plenty of those.
You have like a strong cider.
Listen, everything here is strong. You know what city you're in, right?
Yes. We just got here this evening. We had to come down the worm tunnel thing. It was super strange, but it was super cool at the same time.
I didn't think they were open.
They opened just for, like, you know, just for a little bit. They had to get some people, like, to and from places. But anyway, I will take those and I will bring my friends back up here, like, in a little bit to take a look at this. And maybe we can figure something out, you know?
Sure. God. There you go. Welcome to Golithan.
Thank you. Also a tea. I'm so sorry. Like a tea. Like his throat. My friend, his throat feels really funny.
Sure. I can give it when you come back up. It would take a few minutes to steep.
Of course. Thank you so much, Mr.
I didn't give myself a name.
That is okay. My name is Val, and I will be back up momentarily.
This would just be bartender. It would just be the NPC would just be bartender.
Okay, Mr. Bartender. And I will bring back the drinks. Here you go. I was assured that they were both strong and good.
What about my tea?
Your tea is going to take a moment to be made.
Okay.
Which works because I was talking to the bartender and he seems to have a little problem.
What kind of problem?
Somebody stole some of his gold the other night. He said they took like a lot of gold, and he was really down in the dumps about it. Like he was upset. But there was this symbol like etched in. I think it was the bar that it was etched in. Mm-hmm. Like it's like a C, and then it has like this thing. There's the C, and then it has like a thing sticking out of it that kind of looks like a sword, like over here, you know. So it's like.
Tony, would being a city watch guard for 20 plus years, would that sound like any kind of thieves' cant or symbol of a thieves' guild?
Totally.
And you know, I thought one of our dashing rogue figures might know what it was.
Why don't you take us where you saw this?
Let's go.
As Braun stands up, he's going to take a swig and That's good.
All right, so everybody's going up to the bar to check it out.
Yep.
All right, our barkeep will slide the tea down to Van. Thank you so much, kind sir. Yeah.
Maybe you should stop talking. It's just getting worse.
No, I think it's fine. I think it'll be fine. That's
So
also
this
my
is-
James Mason impersonation, by the way.
So this is the symbol, like right here. Excuse me, it's right here.
What do I get when I look at this?
Intrigued?
Sense of my... Do you want a perception or an investigation or history?
In your case, I would go history, I think.
Okay. Would my background give me advantage?
Yeah, sure, that's fair.
Okay. It's still going to be bad.
Cool, because you're probably not going to know what it is. You have no idea what this is.
This... I don't know. I don't know what this is.
It's like a
What is this?
With like a sword or a dagger in it.
C. What could C mean? Barkeep, what's your name? Does your name start with a C?
No, my name is Dansome.
Dansome.
You know, like a quick combination of dark and handsome.
How
I
appropriate.
like it, Mr. Dansom.
That actually is a pretty cool name.
Fisk, do you get anything off of this?
I'm guessing no, but I can try.
I'm gonna be real. It's a very low DC just for Visk.
Oh, okay, cool. History?
Natural one!
Yeah, sure. History would be fine.
14!
Yeah, look, unless you nat won this, you were gonna get it.
Okay.
This is the symbol of your old master Croaker, who trained you in your rogue ways.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I know this. Is it a thieves' camp sort of
It's
thing?
specifically his symbol of like, yeah, I was here.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
basically Croaker was here in Thieves' Camp. That's his, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, so this guy, who I may or may not know, goes by the name of Croaker.
Mm-hmm.
He's a kobold who is known to call some things his when they're not his. Anyways,
Right.
he was here.
Do you know, like, where he could maybe be, or if you can find him?
You have not seen him in a very long time.
I've not seen him in a very long time.
Oh,
We
too bad.
we had a little bit of a falling out, but I'm sure that if we met again, it'd be fine.
Insight.
I like to think in my own headcanon, it's kind of like a Han Solo Lando sort of situation, where like they sort of crossed each other, but if they saw each other again, they'd be like, it's part of the game, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's very fair.
So Visk believes that they're on good terms.
Visk believes that even though he has crossed him, yeah, they're still on good terms.
I feel like it's like if you were to get in a fight with a good friend and just not talk to him for a week, you would just pick up as if the fight never happened.
Yeah.
Like that kind of deal.
And he's known to steal money from bars. What's this teacher of yours?
Oh, he's taught me. Well, he taught me a bit about the sneaky ways of fighting, and taught me how to go around undetected. He's a good guy, all in all. You know, looks after people who might not fit the mold of what society usually expects. Society
Like not-
kind of turned their back on him, and so he turned his back on society.
Do you think he would steal from this bar?
There is a good likelihood, yeah.
All right. Mr. Dansom, we're going to see what we can turn up. How much gold was taken?
Let me check for you. I'll give you an answer. 50 gold was stolen from the tavern.
Speaking of
50
money,
gold, 50 hard-earned gold. Like
Listen,
I told your
I'm
friend
gonna
here,
give you 50 gold right here. I'm gonna plop it down on the table. Say, let this be my problem now.
well, thank you. That's quite a tip.
I would like some XP for completing this mission now.
Granted.
You know
Like
what?
a Fallout, it's like quest completed? Question mark?
Yeah. I will give you a point of inspiration for that.
Yes, I'll take it.
Yeah.
also in like, looking at funds, how much do I owe you for the drinks, Mr. Dansome?
Consider this 50 gold more than enough.
Oh, thank you, Visk Fisk. That worked. That worked very well.
Wait, I finished my whiskey. Could I get on that bar tab still?
Don't give any more for him. He's had too many.
I've had one.
That's too many.
I'm gonna
It's
say
not an alcohol problem. It's a.
So I'm gonna say if there were like a miscellaneous tab on your menu, this is where this symbol would go. It's not you're not necessarily starting a quest right now, but you've got like something you've observed is now there. Just FYI.
So it's like I did the little punch in thing. It's like, hey, you took a picture of this.
Yes. And you're not really. It's not. You don't necessarily know whether or not it's part of a larger thing yet. Right now, it's just an interesting thing.
Like taking drugs to Mama Murphy and Sanctuary.
I'm just glad to know he's alive.
Yeah. You did a nice miscellaneous objective. Yeah. Okay. So what's planned now? That could be me saying that or Dansome saying that.
Mr. Dansome, I'm looking for a young woman. Her name is Anna Red. She's traveling these parts, possibly. Haven't a chance to catch her. More darker skin, younger woman, feisty eyes.
Sounds like someone I would like to meet, but can't say I have. Obviously, it's a big city. People are through here all the time. But I can't say that I've personally seen her.
If there were a traveler to come through these parts, where would they likely go?
Well, I'd hope they'd come in here for some of my drinks.
We certainly did.
I mean, people certainly come in for Hillball games as well, but the season doesn't begin until tomorrow. It's still quite a sight to see, but I'd assume you'd go more for a game than to simply see the stadium.
Right. And what about the more dangerous types? If I were looking for some troublemakers, where would I find them?
Well, there are
Right
certainly
here.
rougher parts of town, but if I'm being honest, if people were looking to make trouble with good results, you'd probably do that in the nicer part of town, over to the east.
To be clear, I'm trying to in-game engage with my Watcher's Eye,
Okay.
where I have a feel of the local laws and criminals. You can easily find a local outpost of the Watch, of the similar organization, or pick out dens of criminal activity.
Cool.
So right now he's kind of trying to, like, are there shadier spots that this...
Sure. So this bar is actually probably like right on the edge of the rough neighborhood.
Okay.
And there certainly is a city watch here as well.
I kind of like this background ability. It's kind of cool.
It's really cool, yeah. What did this come from? From your background?
Yeah, City Watch. It's the Watcher's Eye.
Yeah. That's cool. That is really cool.
So you can find like the cantina from Star Wars.
Yeah. So like basically this tavern is like on the edge of the rough part of town. Like
Gotcha.
if we go back to our map here, let me just bounce you guys. If we go back to the map here, this in here is kind of the rougher part of town.
Gotcha.
This is like, town center area. Everything over here is nicer. And then kind of everything, where am I? Then everything kind of, this way, all in here is just normal. Or I shouldn't say normal, but, common middle class kind of stuff.
But like past 18, 19, that's like the slums and stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of gnomes there.
Yeah, so this is like right on the edge. Because, you know, he wanted to build his tavern. He found some cheap real estate.
Makes
But it's
sense.
like most people, they're going to go to the tavern, but not too far beyond it into this neighborhood.
Visk, would you like to see if we can track down your old master?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I don't know if this is a full side quest or not, but yeah, I'm game.
You
We get
didn't
to
get
take
an
a look
on-screen
around.
pop-up yet.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into the most dangerous part of the Golithan town?
Admittedly, that does sound both intriguing and terrifying.
No, I think we should probably turn into Uthil and Sil.
Alright, well, whatever you want to do.
Val.
Maybe swing by that way in the morning when it is not dark.
I bet you would see really well right now.
Well, I am not everybody else either. I can see, you cannot.
This
Because
is true.
you are human.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dansome. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow at the Hill Ball game?
Sure. I hope so. I don't know if I'll be manning my cart myself, but my brews will certainly be on sale.
Good stuff.
We look forward to it.
Okay. Where are you guys off to?
He was so nice, you guys.
Are we looking for trouble in the ghetto?
The sparring was going to happen the next day, right?
It can happen whenever you want it to happen.
What time is
Preferably
it?
when Andrew gets here so I don't have to
I was
play
going to
for
say, do
Van.
we want to wait for Andrew to get here?
I feel like that's what you guys want to do.
No fighting.
It's okay. There's still plenty.
Guys, let's not meta this. We should do it now.
What's his name? Groon? The Earthbreaker? Sid.
Earthbreaker Groon!
Fucking Groon, right?
Yes, I want it to be like that so bad, but also we would get
We would get wrecked.
annihilated.
We would get riggedy wrecked.
Riggedy wrecked. But it would be dope as hell.
So
I think we'll head back to Uthil and Sills.
Okay, so you go to Uthil's place. Here we are. Let you guys in. Oh yes. Smells like you all certainly enjoyed the Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
Dancer
Hey,
was
what's that
very,
supposed
very
to
nice.
mean?
It means I'm very perceptive when it comes to smelling alcohol. No judgment here.
Oh.
No judgment here.
Okay,
Danson
I-
makes some incredible brews.
I was just going to say, I didn't piss myself once. I was careful.
Braun's gonna let out one of those, like, chesty burps that kind of, like, and then just kind of keep going back. Like, it didn't
Well-
happen at all.
Sounds
Oh,
like you
oh.
enjoyed your drinks then, Braun.
I enjoyed a drink
Oh,
thanks to someone.
Don't
It
know what you're
smells
talking
like train bacon.
Right, well, come inside, please. Make yourselves comfortable.
you have a very lovely home.
Thank you.
What-
You know, when you...
What does Goliath? Sorry, what does Goliath upper class look like?
Youth was like... No, I wouldn't say he's quite upper class. He's like right on the cusp of upper class. He was like he's basically like a local hero. So like he has like a lot of that like public acknowledgement and stuff, but not necessarily, he's not like necessarily loaded, but he doesn't have to worry about much.
Gotcha.
Yes, thank you. It is, you know, you keep your city alive and people thank you for it.
Of course, as they should.
Anything I can do for you before you turn in?
Any tips on the sparring?
Against Sil? Well, you'd have to wait for him to go back first. I think he to return. He did go to the store, make some purchases.
No, I'm just wondering, before he gets back, you got any tips?
Don't lose? Listen, he's my bodyguard for a reason. we're all, I mean, again, I'm more of a scholar, and you've seen me, and he's my bodyguard, so tread lightly.
I guess I just have the question of, should we hold back because he's an old man?
Why is there such a perception that he's an old man?
I think it is because he does not have hair and you do, so they just sort of assume that he is old. Also, we have not heard him talk like once, so it's hard to really...
So you're saying don't hold back?
I assume.
I mean, I wouldn't kill him, but...
Well, I assume he's not going to hold back against you, so sure. Blow for blow, as they say.
Good.
They're going to die.
Yes,
kitten. Come on.
All right, so you're here. Syl is not. Syl's out making some purchases.
Mr. Udall, have we really talked to you at length about what all happened at the capital, or at Octon?
No, and you had an entire train ride to do it.
We really, really did. But like, we were getting to know you playing poker and stuff like that.
That's all right. Please, I'm happy to answer
I'm sure it
whatever
was
you
already
need.
a rough trip. Come on, are you gonna jump up here? Thank you. So...
I just see the tail sticking up.
She's got to be like right here when I'm ever in this chair. So like, I don't know. Have you heard of anything like this ever happening before? You stopped some weird stuff before.
Well, what I stopped was more the biological disease kind of thing. You know, once you find the cause, once you stop looking at symptoms and find the cause, it's not easy, but you can begin to fix something like that. As far as this whole Farouk situation, I don't fear you would know more than I about it.
Well, what do you know?
I know that he met with the 1T. I know that he was dead before the next morning. And I know that it doesn't seem to be by weapon or by spell.
It doesn't concern you at all that one of the members of the Circles died in one of the most secure places on the continent?
It troubles me deeply, and hence why I appreciate the extra security on the way here. But without being able to determine any cause of death, I fear it's a dead end as far as determining any motive or perpetrator.
So what do we do? Wait for new dreams?
I mean, that may be the route. I mean, I would also think that solving this is not necessarily your concern, but I can tell you're burdened by it.
Well,
Hear
we
that,
were
guys?
sort of...
Solve this. Let's just move on.
We were brought into the thick of it, though.
That
They
is,
could have had anybody go track down Hessa, and for some reason they got us to go.
well, I'm to understand that's because Balazar knows this one over here. Visk, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm to understand that was just a favor to... what, you were all imprisoned or something like that? As far as
Oh,
I...
you heard about that?
Well, yeah.
Misunderstanding. We were framed.
Sorry,
and this
3
one
of
over
4 of you.
here is friends with August Red. But
They were
why
arrested.
bring in... Thank
We
you,
were
Mr.
arrested
Brown.
for defending ourselves.
I'm being
Why
out
bring
after
in
curfew.
outsiders that way? That seems silly. I know we're disposable, but even so, something of this magnitude.
August said you
Seems
were all
weird.
disposable?
Well, I'm not saying that everybody's disposable, but he is friends with Mr. Braun over here. Balazar is friends with Visk Fisk, yes. Why bring in me or Vander? Because we were there in prison? It seems a little weird. That's
Perhaps, although calling you all disposable is certainly rude.
all.
It's
You
not
know.
so much that. August is a pragmatic man. I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep order in the city while chasing down loose ends. so I sent me along. But still, this investigation attempt, this just sending everyone home, makes me feel like something's fishy. Something's off.
You were
If you
a
had every-
scholar, right? Sorry.
If you had every suspect in your city walls, why would you let them go home?
Let them go.
Perhaps they were all eliminated from the list.
Mm-mm.
Tell me, Uthul, how do you feel about the Yuan-Ti?
I feel like they still have a lot to prove. They've only been part of the circle for a short time.
15 years is a lot of time to prove themselves, though.
Not very much in the big scheme of things.
It's true, what Visk says, but also, they haven't. I mean, name
So they
me
need to
one
do.
large... I don't know. Name me one event or monument or discovery they've made that's truly changed the way that we in Alabast live. And I can't think of one.
That is how you weigh people's worth, Mr. Uthal?
Not at all. I'm sure they still have a great purpose and a destiny. I just don't think they know what it is yet. Believe me, I don't think they're any less than the rest of us because they haven't proven themselves. But the perception that they haven't proven themselves, I think, is very common.
Insight. Oh my god. I said insight and I was not prepared for insight.
Yeah, I mean, he's a scholar, so he's got a way with words, but you seem to take him at what he's saying. There's a perception about these
roll
people.
higher than a 10 tonight. What gives?
Clutch that picture tight.
I have it right next to me.
15 insight.
With that, you can tell, like, he's definitely wordsmithing to try to be real politically correct, but he also feels, when he says, like, there's a perception that they haven't proven themselves, he definitely agrees that they have not proven themselves.
Tell me something, Uthul. If two groups on the circle were to enter into a secret pact or alliance with each other, how do the other members of the circle feel about this?
Are you privy to some such pact? That would be news to me.
Nothing concrete, but just a theory I'm working on right now.
I would feel like whatever they were discussing, I would hope could be brought before the entire circle. And if it were not, I would be concerned about how what they're discussing would affect the remainder of the circle.
You know, if anybody's colluding, it's probably those frickin' Yuan-Ti and the Tieflings. They've colluded against us before.
That was in the past, though, Fisk.
I'm just saying, history has a way of repeating itself.
You'll put a hand on your shoulder if Fisk will allow it.
Sure.
And just tell him, yes, there's been terrible things done to your people in the past, Fisk. And granted, my people were never involved with this, but please accept my condolences for things that have happened to your people in the past.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's still so hard to think about sometimes.
How old are you, Fisk?
15.
You're a baby! Oh, look at you!
I am
I'm gonna try to pinch.
Adult, thank you
I'm
very
gonna
much.
try to pinch that cheek.
That explains quite a bit, actually, now.
That is really funny when you think about it in, like, human terms, though. I'm 15.
And I'm talking about things that happened hundreds of years ago.
Yes. I
I barely remember what it was like to be 15.
How old are you?
Look at you. That is impolite to ask a lady. Thank you very much.
I mean, we're all friends here.
19.
What are you inciting Val's age?
For what?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not insinuating that you look old at all. Far from
Let
it.
me double check something really fast.
Curious.
I have an idea of what the age is in my head, but I want to double check their standards of when it's adulthood. I know it's super late in the game, like 50 or something. I will get back to you on that.
Are you playing an adult?
I am an adult, yes. So I'm pretty old, actually.
Like a real adult?
I am pretty old. Yes. I am an adult, which is something I actually told my office manager the other day.
Hey, look who's here.
Hey, I'm also an adult. Just because I'm 15 doesn't mean I'm not an adult.
So, oh man, well the stream will see your hair when we come back when I fix these cameras. It's looking snazzy there, buddy.
Thank you.
I just put it on just the Roll20 screen so I can recrop some stuff.
All right, 5-minute break.
We can take a break now if we want to.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I hate to take one as soon as Andrew
Thanks,
shows up.
I'm exhausted.
That might be best. Okay, we'll be right back then, people.
Guys,
back in a few.
it's the age of 100 by the time they actually claim adulthood. 100.
And bring in microphones back on up, and we're back in it. Now the gang's all here.
Guys, hey.
Yay! Now Vander will have a proper voice and not my old man voice.
I know. I've aged considerably over these past few weeks.
The tea really helped me in my sore throat.
It
You're
did.
welcome.
It's soothing. Thank you.
So, to steer us back on track and not to, focus on age, Mr. Uthal, do you happen to have any scrolls or books about the Neverside or anything here? You are a philosopher, yeah?
I've certainly read about it. I was half Vander voicing there. Yeah, I've certainly read about it. You might be able to find something if you wanna take a look. Boy, Neverside. He'll like look over at his shelf.
Also, is it potentially in either Elven, Undercommon, or Common? Because I cannot read Giant or anything like that.
Let me see. This one's in what were those languages again?
Elf, Common, or Undercommon. Or, yeah, those.
I'm gonna give you an odds evens.
Oh no!
It was a 1. So I was going to say evens, it's something you can read. Odds, it's not.
Oh, no, I can't read that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This one is in Giant. I can ask
It's
you
fine.
around.
It is fine. I don't want to trouble you too much. You're already, letting us stay here for the evening, and that's kind of enough.
Sure. And then that's when Syl will walk back in. Oh, Syl, you're back. I take it. It's probably time for that sparring match, huh? If people want that still, that is.
Yes, we are off the train. We have made it to Golithan. We are at the home of the nobleman, and his bodyguard wishes to fight us.
All
There.
of us? Or one-on-one, take turns?
Well,
will
it
do it.
started towards, Fisk, and then...
Goliaths are very, very competitive. And Syl was like, well, he wasn't like anything because he doesn't speak. But yeah, he indicated that, yeah, he'd be willing to spar with everybody, basically.
He's like, I could take the lizard dragon on, no problem.
I say we do it.
The rest of you bitches are invited.
And that initiated the Sparring with Syl side quest.
Nice.
That is not a reoccurring one that you can farm for infinite XP, by the way. Don't.
That's
No.
shit. This game is shit.
Dang.
I want to come back when we're level 17 and kick the shit out of those guys.
Damn it, Bethesda.
I think that's an option though. I think that's a secondary option. Like come back in a few years.
Yeah.
It might kick
all
on.
right, so you guys going for it?
Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
All right, we'll go out back.
You said it was a staring contest. You said it was a staring contest.
I believe
Oh,
that
I-
was facetious.
Well, all right, here we are. Yeah, update your tokens.
Yep.
We have a long rest. What am I looking
Yeah,
at?
you've been long rested.
Okay, cool.
Oh, also, Andrew, I gave everybody, you completed basically the first story arc, and as Ryan suggested, you deserve some experience for that. So y'all got 500 XP for finishing that up. That seemed like a good story quest completion reward.
Sweet.
Yep.
How are we on inspiration? Did we start with one or?
Sid has one from pre-campaign. Richard got one this episode,
Ooh, cool.
and I've not.
And
given
I got
any-
one because of my mustache, right?
No. Although,
Why not?
That was pretty good. Good thought.
Wait, why is that only 14?
Why am I even wearing this?
Because it's awesome.
If not for mechanical advantage.
Um.
Why is that?
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna retroactively give you one now, but yeah, I probably could have back in the day. Maybe I'll be more inclined to give you one should the opportunity arise because the mustache is good. Okay, so here we are. It's time to spar out back behind Youthal's house. People are ready for it. We'll do it.
Is this like a bare fist brawl kind of deal? Is that what we're doing?
So we'll walk out back and just You know, in the even if you didn't see the latest Mission Impossible, you know how in the trailer when Army Hammer did the like, he literally just like flexed out his sleeves and it made a noise like, poof, poof. Like, okay, Still's
It
gonna.
also made like a
fists?
mysterious freaking like mustache appear on his
Oh
face.
yeah, when he walks into the light and his beard
He
appears.
summoned the mustache.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
did while
So
he
Syl does,
loaded
like,
his fist.
Sill's flexing makes noise just like a poof, poof. And then
Oh dear.
And then Youthful, we'll just say he's in the stands because I don't actually have a token for him. He's just like, all right, well, I guess gloves are off. Sill's not going to want you guys to hold back, so whatever you got, go for it.
Yeah, can I draw my 2 weapons before we hit go?
Yeah, you can have everything drawn and ready to go. This is like,
Miss,
you're getting
Mr.
into like
Sill, you
dual stance right now.
you look like a badass, just so you know. That's not the inspiration, but you just looked so cool.
You'll see, so he's very stoic and quiet most of the time, but for half a second you see just little like, like,
We are
he likes that
best
compliment.
We're best friends.
I feel like Vander's starting to like take off like his shirt or something and sees that it's like, oh, that's not what. Oh, okay, fine. With weapons? Seriously? That's what we're doing?
What he
Weapons.
said.
Still is bare-fisted, but he's fine with you guys drawing your weapons.
I mean, I don't feel great about that.
Oh my god, he's
Feels-
a monk. He's a
No,
monk.
think
of it
He's a
this way.
monk.
He's a bodyguard for a nobleman. He's expected to be able to fight this kind of
His
thing.
body is the weapon. And I have been rolling absolute shit tonight.
13's not bad.
All right, but I don't feel great about it.
Come here, paper.
Oh, I rolled even worse. That's
Well,
all right. I mean, I need people to get close to him before I can really do my attack.
you all
anyway.
rolled better than he did, so. All right.
He's just giving us a shot to see what we've got.
Vander's gonna be like, well, I don't know about this. Assassinate!
Val and Braun, you guys tied, so reroll to break
Oh.
that tie. Or just decide amongst you. It's up to you.
You can go first if you want. Wait, let me check something really fast. Actually, if you want to let me go first.
Go ahead.
Tight.
Okay. Well, very first.
Braun is definitely very cautious about this, so he's gonna be like stalking the back for a while.
Okay. Well, Vander's at first.
Stop it.
Okay, cool. I guess he's gonna kind of like neck stretch and then charge in.
Okay. Ooh. Doing that. My Vander voice appears to take a number on my throat. Ahem.
30. Oh, 35. There we go. And I'm going to throw the dagger, but throw it so the butt hits first.
Okay.
You get 35.
Yeah, I've got 35.
Damn.
Yeah. I move quick.
Is that an assassin thing?
Nope.
He's got a. Has anybody seen your special thing?
I think while he stretches, he kind of like ties the bandana around his head and like, let's do it, and then sprints in.
He's
We
going
got
to be
man.
the very best. Like no one ever was.
So I'll get to here.
He can
and
talk
then
more about that later if he wants to. Cool.
For that, let's see.
All right.
Oh, I do have advantage on that.
Okay. And a
Good.
13. Okay, a 13 will hit, but you can roll to see if it's a crit.
It will? Cool. All right, let's see. No. Not a crit.
Okay. Let me sorry, let me swap some music here. What I'll stick with where I was.
Really?
I hate that bouncing between windows makes our faces disappear for a second. Anyways, okay. I'm just gonna go off your first hit then, and you do 7 piercing.
And then only 3 bonus damage for sneak attack, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I guess I will use my second. Yeah, I'm gonna throw again as a. Yeah. Wow, that's a crit.
Okay.
Nice.
For an additional 8.
How many times did you throw?
Twice.
Second.
The first one's at advantage because he's an assassin.
Gotcha.
Although technically that, well, I don't need advantage there. That's fine. Okay. I don't think I rolled sneak attack again, do I? Just
Just
once
the
around?
once.
Okay.
Once a
Alright.
turn.
Once per turn, so if you got an attack of opportunity, you could do one then. But
Correct.
Alright. So I guess I throw both knives in my hand and just kind of like shuffle around a little. Be kind of a prick.
Valison?
Yes, it is Val's turn.
We're gonna try this, but him coming in with fists, it's probably not the best plan. But here we go anyway. Can I get a dex saving throw, please?
You can. Sorry, I'm also juggling the text messages. I'm such a dedicated DM, guys. A dex save, you said.
Dex save, yep.
Okay. You got a 4.
Tight. He is gonna be highlighted in blue because I feel like it will accentuate his awesome features.
Very fine.
And everybody has advantage on him.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And then bardic inspiration to Visk. I'm just going to look over like my viola and just be like, "This is your fight. You are challenged.
I'm just like, oh, thank God, now I have advantage, which means I get sneak attack.
Go display your strength."
Gladly.
All right, we're on to... Well, I don't know if Braun's going to choose to do anything, but we're on to him.
I'll get a little closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll say right here. Braun's gonna stick one, just kind of hedge his bets a little bit. He's gonna stick his glaive into the sand, and he's gonna pull a hand axe. And the same motion he did against the giant, he's gonna throw it right along the ground and try and attempt for a sneak attack, or a trip attack. Excuse
Okay.
me.
Oh, that's a save on my part.
It will be in a second.
It's
yes.
okay. It's a strength.
Let me
save?
see if he hits first. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 will hit.
All right.
Oh.
Then I need you to make a strength save.
Okay. He got a 20. Not a natural 20,
Okay,
but
yeah.
a 20.
That'll save, but even so, the extra damage sticks. So he takes 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay, cool.
And Braun will take, actually, he'll grab his glaive and he'll take another step back.
Okay.
He's kind of taking this one a little cautiously.
All right. And now we go to Visk.
All right. Charging ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The issue is I can't get to him, except for that I am going to throw a dagger,
Okay.
like Vander, and then I'm going to bonus action move more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get myself into positioning a little bit more.
Okay.
Or I've made myself a sitting duck, but we'll see.
Back to the
So
corner.
I am going to go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
21.
Definitely hits.
All right. This is a 1d4 plus 3. Damn. And then I add 2d6.
My.
I had advantage, by the way, so I can see if I crit.
Okay. Sorry, what's your advantage from? Oh, you're also an assassin?
The fairy fire.
Oh, the fairy
Fairy
fire. You're right. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that
We
part
don't
doesn't
crit.
matter.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can move that drawing with him if you want, Sid, or I'll just mark it on here.
Oh, max damage on the sneak attack, though.
Nice.
That is a total of 16 damage.
Nice. Okay.
Well done.
So, 2 things happen. First,
You get layer actions.
yeah, one of those worms from the worm tunnel just erupts through.
Pah!
No.
Motherfuck!
So first things happen is like you see like you throw that dagger and it hit for some solid damage. He kind of like looks at where he got hit, and then just kind of does like a DBZ like kind of thing, although silently of course. And then kind of seems to like shake off those hits he just got. He kind of feels all right, and he's gonna walk right up to you, Visk.
You made showers on him.
He's sparkly.
That's true too. It looks like he's in an epic like rain battle though.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
There's just the rain cloud that follows him.
and a 27 will definitely hit you.
Oh yeah, we'll squeak by.
So, he walks up to you. It just throws just like boom, just this rock solid punch directly in your face, and you take 20 damage.
All right, I'm down to 1.
Wow.
You said they would take him at least 2, but you said it would take at least 2 hits. Mathematically, you said.
All right, well now it's back to Vander.
Okay. I'm going to run up here, and along the way, I want to reach down and grab a fistful of sand. And when I get up behind him, I want to like toss it up and try to get it in his eyes and blind him.
Blood sport.
Okay. Say it. Repeat that for me.
I'm sprinting over, and on the way, I'm like grabbing a fistful of sand from the ground, and I'm getting up behind him and tossing it up into his face and into his eyes to try to blind him.
Okay. I'm gonna say doing that's gonna be one of your actions, so you're only gonna get one of your daggers after that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. That'd be an improvised weapon, technically.
I
Yeah.
think
Gathering
so.
that up. What mods do you get on that? Would it just be your strength?
I mean, I imagine it would be a dexterity since I'm aiming. It's not exactly a strength thing.
Yeah, it seems like a opposing dexterity almost. He's got to dodge it and he's got to aim it.
For things you're not trained in, you can add. It wouldn't be strength for sand. I would say
Okay.
dex, but no proficiency.
Well, just because sand isn't a versatile weapon. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay, you can. We can say you can add your straight dex. That's fine.
So I just roll a dexterity.
But since you're using a thing, I wouldn't say you get the second attack, because you only get a
Right.
second attack if
Oh,
you're
if you actually
attacking.
attack, yeah.
right
Okay,
with a weapon.
but you can make the. Yeah, that is how it's written. So yeah, this will be your full action if you're doing this.
Okay, could I use a bonus action to draw my 2 weapons afterwards?
Totally.
Okay, cool. That's perfect for me.
Okay, yeah, we'll do opposing dex then.
All right. Would I be able to use sleight of hand? Or is that
No,
just too OP?
because it's
Okay.
you're not trying to trick him into anything. And just for
Okay.
the record, he just nat 20'd, so.
He's
wait,
definitely
actually-
on guard.
Yeah. Oh well. And then I'll draw my 2 weapons and pee my pants a little bit, because that's
You're
not great.
peeing your pants? I'm down to 1 health after 1 hit.
Yeah.
Well, now
We
it's
done
Allison's
goof,
turn.
boys.
Maybe she can patch you up a bit.
Not from here, I can't.
Healing word!
I don't have healing word.
I don't need your healing word. I'm good. I'm good on my own.
Well, I'm gonna try something else. I would like to try to cast Phantasmal Force.
Okay.
I need an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Intelligence saving throw. You got a 24. Wait, that's not right. Why does that say plus? Hold on. 13.
That meets it. So he passes, huh?
Yep.
Fuck.
Is that an all or nothing?
Yeah, because
If only you were smarter.
if only I could do some shit. Balls. I would like to start. Hello? Are you gonna move? There we go. I'm gonna start making my way around the outside give Vander inspiration. Balls. I so badly wanted that to work. It was gonna be dope as hell. That's my turn.
All right. On to Braun.
All right.
It rhymed.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Braun's going to run up behind Vander, and he's going to say, "Don't move." And then the glaive is going to go right over your shoulder and start poking him in the back.
Cool.
And that is with advantage because of the fairy fire, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you best know.
With Fairy Fire, does he have a chance to shake that off between rounds, or does that just stick?
I think it just sticks.
Okay.
All right, so that looks like a 1 to me, but I'm going to go ahead and use Braun's Great Weapon Master
Okay. I mean, you
and
still
reroll
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And it
Or
lasts
two-
a minute.
It's a 2 now, so that's 5 whole damage.
Okay.
And Braun is going to use, for the first time, Action Surge
Nice.
to try and get a little extra damage in while he can. I'm going to have... Yeah. See if this hits. A natural 20.
Sick.
Oh.
Can I have a strength save as well on that?
Yes, you can. Just double check. 17.
That passes,
Okay.
but
An additional 2.
an additional 2 damage.
Okay.
And then the last, as his bonus action, he is going to use the pommel strike, and he's going to bring it over his head and try and knock that chrome dome
All right.
for an
you-
additional
6
6 damage.
Cool.
And I'm going to use one more, because I've got 4
Okay.
trip attack. I'm going to hit him one of these times. Could I have another strength save, please?
You can. Let me take the additional 2 real quick just to get it.
Too bad the trip attack won't really do anything.
I mean, it'll make it harder for him to get up and do things. 16.
Yep, still passes,
Okay.
but another 2 damage.
Yep.
So for a total of 2, 6,
I
2.
take it all off in bits as they come in.
Okay.
You can count it for your own enjoyment, but I take it off as they come in.
I do want to count for my own enjoyment. I
Go
count
for it.
10, I count 18, 28, I count 5 more, so that's what, 32?
It was a very solid hit. He is not happy with you.
So, Vander, you just feel like Braun's presence over your shoulder, and like you can't see his eyes, you just see the mustache as the glaive just like flashes behind you, and they
He
all
is
go.
using you as a meat shield, my man.
That's pretty wild.
And then he's going to kind of crouch behind you a little bit with the glaive still ready. And that's my turn.
All right, now.
All right, I'm gonna use my short sword, and I'm just like, no holding back, and I try to stab him.
Get out of there, you fool!
So 21.
Yeah, totally hits.
For a total of only 9 damage. I am going to then use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my move speed.
Come here.
I'm going back there.
Come here.
I'm just like, aha! And I run away.
All right. Well, all these polearm strikes just really annoyed him. So Syl takes 2 steps this way. And Braun, one of those fists is flying right toward you. There it is. Wow. He nat one.
Okay, so when that happens, actually, you describe what happens first, and then I'll say what happens.
I'm gonna say he like went for a big old punch, but like just it smacked off your armor, like the classic like ow kind of thing.
So when that happens, Braun looks down, and he just looks back up. He says, "I'm so disappointed," and he's going to use a riposte.
Nice.
On his last die. This should be an advantage because it's another attack, but I made it as a spell. But 14 still hits, I think.
It does.
So an additional 12 damage.
Nice.
And that was his last battle maneuver.
The heck? Why is it not? Okay, I'll just have to make a mental note of his health then, because for some reason I'm typing in -12 and it's not acknowledging it. We go on to Vander.
Alright, cool. I'm going to kind of step around him, and as I do, I'm going to throw up a couple of attacks. I think... Now, yeah, he's going to kind of rib check him with one of the handles, one of the hilts.
Okay. You totally did.
That's excellent. I'll roll sneak attack on that. Another 2. What the balls? Wow, that's garbage.
All right, so a total of 10.
Stunning 8. 10?
Oh, I'm sorry. I looked above. Okay.
Yeah. And then I will hit him with a second dagger strike. Since I can't try to blind him again, right?
No, not after that.
Okay. Alright, so 12 damage total. That's kind of rough.
Oh, right, your sneak attack damage. So why don't you describe how you finish him off? Or how you take him down?
I think as I'm running through his area, I kind of like gut check him in the ribs. And when he kind of like moves in from that, I spin around and like with the other dagger, clock him right under the jaw.
Okay.
And I guess he like takes a knee and grabs his throat or whatever.
Yeah, he just goes down to one knee and just slowly stands back up, reaches out to shake your hand.
I will do so. You okay? Sorry, that's not my voice. You okay?
Shakes your hand, reaches in his back pocket, pulls out a potion, puts it in your hand, and then goes inside.
Cheers.
As he's on his way over, I kind of like rub my face, which got hit pretty hard. I imagine I'm going to be putting some frozen peas over it. And I also would like to shake his hand.
Okay, yeah, he'll do that.
Oh man, I totally forgot my reaction. I could have hit him with my tail when he did that. Oh,
I was wondering why you didn't.
I
so
forgot
his just in case anyone's curious, I modified it a little bit, but he had an elephant stat block.
Wow.
He never got to use his super insane like charge move because everybody like got in on him, but yeah. So
Glad we did that.
you guys completed a side quest. You completed sparring with Syl. So
Nice.
that was
What's that potion?
Sorry, say what you were gonna say.
What's that potion?
I'll give you that answer in 1 second. So you got 500 XP for finishing the quest, and because you won the fight, an additional 500.
Ooh.
So we're up to 1,500 total?
For that you have received in this episode, yes. I will. Let's just bounce over and add that now while we're all thinking about it. So
1875.
yeah, pretty nice. You're on
Nice.
your way. All right, back.
All right,
to
guys, let's
this.
go kill the biggest, baddest thing we can find and level up.
Let's go kill that worm.
So then,
Yeah, let's go kill the worm.
so then Youthful will come down out of the stands and just, I don't see him lose very often, but I suppose that's what he gets for trying to take on all 4 of you. I'm sure he'll have some thoughts about that. Oh, and I see he gave you one of his potions, too. That's kind of him.
I suppose so. Didn't know there was a bet on the line.
So that is a potion of Goliath strength. So, you know, there's the various giant strength potions. So this one, if it's, you know, obviously if your strength score is already this, it won't make a difference. But if not, it's strength 18 for an hour.
Ooh.
That is definitely helpful sometimes.
Yeah. So that's now in your inventory.
Does he need healing?
I could use some healing.
I
please.
gave you 7.
Oh, thank you.
It is
Oh,
not
hey.
a lot.
I could still use some more.
I can cast it again.
So we'll be fine. So we'll be fine. He'll rest up, and I imagine he'll want to, given what he told me about what happened at the store.
Yeah, with 7, I'm still well below half health.
What happened at the store?
All right, I guess we got too caught up in the fisticuffs to discuss that. Apparently, when Sil went out to make his purchases, the shopkeeper Anders said something had been stolen recently.
Oh ho! Another case of something going missing. What did he say? What was stolen?
Some any of gold. I wasn't sure on the exact number.
Did he notice
Really,
any
that's
particular
so
marks left?
He didn't mention anything about any sort of marks. Why do you ask?
Oh, I got reasons.
Wait a
Guys,
minute.
we should go investigate.
Are you telling me he speaks to you?
In a manner of speaking,
Telepathy.
maybe.
Is he like a sign language guy? Like what's his deal?
It's well, I'm sure. I don't know. You're a bard. You're probably capable of speaking to somebody non-verbally.
Oh, using message.
Oh.
Even I can do that.
Also, I can detect thoughts, so they don't necessarily have to talk to me. I can just take it from them. But that is neither here or there. Are we going to the shop?
When Valison says she can detect thoughts, there's a wide step that Braun takes away from her.
Yeah, there is definitely like a, oh, gonna ask about that later. Visk will remember this.
I mean, you know, it is of a thing, perhaps.
Maybe before we go, we could take a little rest, catch our breath a bit.
Sure.
Damn,
it's-
Vander, what was that insight? Fucking 21.
I think that was for the big sidestep at Braun.
I'm not trying to get my mind read.
Oh, well, the funny
Gotcha.
thing. Let me see.
Get away from me.
Let me look.
I use
Actually,
dash.
I cast it on myself and literally anybody I can see within 30 feet of me. Or wait, I can do it, yeah, to anyone I see within 30 feet.
So I guess there was only one real hit from him during that whole fight, but man, was it a big hit.
It was a good hit.
It was a doozy.
Yeah, he was literally he was an elephant on paper.
I was ready to take a second wind to absorb that hit. But
Oh, I also gave him a pretty souped up second wind. That was that little like recharge thing he did.
Gotcha.
Because he's somewhat of a monk in my mind. Maybe because he was also a monk in Vale. Or at least they.
I thought you were gonna be
grabbed
like
the
level 20 monk bitches.
Yeah. No. It
Who would
was...
just throw a level 20 monk at you?
Cool. Well, Ethan will say, right. Well, it is getting early. If you all need to rest, you're certainly welcome to do so and visit the shop in the morning, and then I could meet you over at the stadium.
That might
Yeah,
be
I
best.
want to see some of this hill ball game in action.
And he did not say anything about a symbol being left behind?
We should also look into that.
I don't know if he was looking for any sort of symbol. He didn't say there
Yes.
wasn't.
Just that, you know, the last time it was very like, and they also left this symbol. And it was like, oh, it's right here on the bar. Anyway, we should probably get some rest.
Okay. So if People are going to rest for the evening. We'll do that. People are just gonna use various guest rooms in his house. Syl is elsewhere. Syl doesn't actually live here.
You've been kind of quiet, so I didn't really get a chance to ask. You want some of this cheese? I just hold up my big block of cheese.
Who are you asking?
Van.
Remember the Duragar
I have a
stole that
big
magical
wheel of
dial and
cheese.
left the cheese
Yeah.
in its place.
That's so
It's
good.
Gouda.
Is that a joke or is it actually Gouda?
It's real Gouda.
We did
Oh.
decide it was Gouda.
Okay. Oh, great. Wonderful. Yes. You know what? Is there a place we can enjoy a pipe here? Or not inside, outside, something like that?
I would like to investigate to find crackers.
Now we're looking for Ritz. Now we're here.
You know,
You'll definitely find crackers in his house somewhere.
Yes.
I think, yeah, we can just hang out and enjoy some cheese and crackers and some good talk. And after that, I will find a place where I can smoke a pipe and start sharpening my knives. Just kind of doing my ritual.
Vron, are you sure you want none of this cheese and crackers?
Oh, it's probably for the best I don't. I don't
Crackers.
do well with cheese.
No?
You have a pooping problem?
It's more of a gas thing.
Mm.
That's a shame.
If we ever need to clear out a tavern, though, just give me that block of cheese. I can do it.
Pipe to settle the nerves?
I try to abstain. Actually, what is the deal with pot in these parts? Is it legal or illegal? Or is it just medical?
I think it's just a tobacco pipe, man.
I'm pretty sure it's just a tobacco pipe.
Just tobacco.
Oh.
I mean, if you want to hear about drug culture, I don't think it's the Goliaths that are doing much of it, but it's definitely
I mean,
exists in this
occasionally-
world.
Occasionally some
Medicinal.
dried mullein and sage to clear the lungs, but that's about it.
Oh, well, I'll take a puff then.
Yeah, certainly.
I'm gonna be
Good,
real.
good.
If anyone's smoking weed in this world, it's the gnomes and halflings. Like
Nice.
they're
They
definitely
do know
getting
how
down.
to party.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're definitely getting down. All right, cool. So people are just resting up and then going to the store the next day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So just to pull up, Euthel's house here, and y'all are just headed right over here. To if you'll see it labeled there as Anders' accoutrement, which is just a fun word to
Snazzy.
say but impossible to spell.
Have I been here before?
You've probably been to this city, but I don't think you would have seen much of it.
Okay.
You probably would have, like, I'm gonna say your circus would have, like, set up right around here, like near the stadium, and so
Mhm.
this, like, little quadrant here, like basically just where the circle expands, is probably all you would have seen,
Okay.
like just within a
I
couple
feel
blocks
like-
of it.
I feel like I'd avoid that area if possible, just in case like there was a shop I'd stolen from or like a place I'd
Okay,
ripped off.
we're
Don't
not,
tell Brock.
anything like that.
cool. We're not headed there just yet, but
Okay.
okay.
Wait, what?
That's where the stadium is.
Right.
Okay, so you go to the shop. Inventory is listed below. This is good old Anders' accoutrement, and here's Ander over here.
Hello, Ender. Good morning.
I will say before you go in, because you're going to be on the lookout for it, you do see that mark on the door frame outside. This
Yeah, guys.
bringing it
I-
in.
Guys,
There you go.
my dude's been here. Can I roll anything to see how fresh it is? How fresh the marking is?
Sure.
And he was saying that this like just happened.
Recent enough that he'd still be like down in the, kind of bummed about it, but it's not like it
Okay.
happened the night before necessarily.
All right, I will roll survival.
To see how fresh the marking is, just roll
Yeah.
investigation.
Okay, that works for me.
But
I'm
it
much
is-
better at that.
But because it is thieves' canned, I'd say you could do it at advantage.
Cool.
All right, so 9. you have no idea how this is compared to the one you saw in the bar, how they
Okay.
relate time-wise.
I mean, going off what the guy was saying, I guess it's fairly recent, though.
Yeah. So if you head on in, Ander will be in there, and like I said, his inventory is below, if you care to browse. But
What is the Hillball? Oh, Hillball uniform. Gotcha. The sport we're
Yeah.
gonna see.
yep. So it's hide armor, but designed for them to be wearing when they play the sport.
Gotcha.
Studded leather. 45 gold. Is that a like, what sizes do you have for your studded leather, first of all? Would I be able to find one in a size that fit me?
I could certainly tailor one to fit you if you're in the market for one, miss.
I am. I tell you what, sir. I watched that one over there get punched once yesterday by one of you Goliath folk, and he took that hit, but he was almost down, and that really concerns me.
Yeah, we're tough. I mean, I'm just a shopkeeper. You've seen me.
Oh, you're like, but I am not. So I think that maybe it might be a sort of good idea if I maybe get the studded leather.
It's good stuff. Starts.
Like I said, I'm not trouble on my own, but for some reason with you people.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
Well, I mean it in the best possible way. You are my
Of course.
people. But also, I don't feel like getting shredded by a giant or something anytime soon.
Understandable.
So,
It's like a fine massage. Starts off a little stiff, but, loosens up.
little bit. I think that might be a good idea. I will get the studded leather armor.
Okay.
How about these vials of acid?
Yeah.
What are you going to be using?
You want to
Yes.
throw those at somebody, they'll hurt. I mean, not that I'm encouraging violence or anything. I'm just... You look like a adventuring lot. And apparently you fought one of us, so... Just don't be throwing
What about,
acid at me, okay?
Steel doors or bars, for instance. Chains. Does it eat through metal?
Let me check that, because I actually don't know.
How do I add things?
Could you pour a vial of... I know we have 2 rogues in the party, but could you pour a vial of acid on a lock or something to have it erode? And you could break it.
According to 5e ruling, if you just do it as a weapon attack against an object, yes. So it would just be a matter of acid damage versus the strength of the object. If you're looking to... What is it you're looking to dissolve? I mean, it's not going to go through, a fortress wall.
No, but maybe bars. I try to think in advance. If something is going to come after us, or we need to make a quick escape, it's a good idea to have some just in case.
I've got to imagine it could do that. I mean, we have to keep them bottled safely, so it is corrosive.
I'll take 2 vials.
Done.
I would like to take a vial of your potion of healing and a vial of your acid, please.
Done. And he's just having you guys leave the money on the counter while he takes in this armor for Valison.
If anyone wants to roll insight, he's gonna have a little pondering and looking at this acid. And also he's going to ask, so, have you seen any kobolds here recently?
That's an interesting question. I don't know of anyone who's seen any kobolds.
Okay. Good to know. Just want to know if there was anybody just going around looking for stuff.
Have you guys actually brought up the robbery thing to him at all at this point?
No.
Okay. Why?
Are we going to?
Can I ask why you ask?
I've been looking for someone, that's all.
Oh.
I was hoping he's been around these parts.
Well, I certainly haven't seen any kobolds. That would have stood out. Even around here. A kobold
What about
would
any
stand out.
other creatures of the little size. He might have disguised himself.
Are
I
you
was about to say it's not that
talking
hard.
gnomes and halflings, or like goblins
Yeah,
and the like?
any little creature around that size.
Well, we certainly get some dwarves and people like that around here from time to time, but you know, most of the goblinoids you'll find down in Under Island.
Well, sure, yeah, of course. I just mean, you know, if there was anybody who was of a little stature, a dwarf might be pushing it. But it's possible he could have disguised himself as something, either by magical means or non-magical. He could have made himself look different than a kobold, so you might not have seen a kobold. But I'm just wondering, because you see, he's an old friend of mine, and he's quite lost in the head, and I need to find him before he hurts himself or someone else.
Well, I certainly hope you find him. Shame I can't help you with that.
Yes, shame indeed. Anyways, thank you for the acid and the potion of healing.
Oh, one last thing. I don't see it here, but it's a rather common item. Did you have any flasks of oil, by chance?
What are you doing?
Not on my shelf, but I do work with it. I suppose I could just pour some into one of my vials.
Could I take 2 flasks of those as well?
Sure. It's gonna cost you the same as one of my acid vials, I think. That is material I work with.
An oil flask is 1 silver piece.
Oh, is that normally what it is?
It's a little bit less than
Okay.
25.
He will ask for 1 gold since he's using his personal, like,
That's-
stash of oil that he works with.
That's fair. I'll take 2 oils as well.
Sure. Consider it a special order. 1 gold seems fair.
Mr.
Pop it on
Ander,
there.
I don't suppose that you know of somebody like a really talented blacksmith sort that would be interested in my old leather armor, would you?
Do you want me to buy your armor from you?
I mean, if you want to, that would be really neat.
I mean, I suppose it saves me having to take in a set of armor for the next individual of your stature who wishes to buy some.
Also, packing around the extra is really, really heavy, and I don't have those big arms.
Huh. Right. Ding! So
Right.
what is it?
Where?
What is it that Val is wearing? Sorry.
Just leather armor.
Okay. Yeah, I can, I mean, it seems a bit used. How about 7 gold?
That is actually very, very generous of you. Thank you.
Great. I guess just, well, he would have finished working on your leather by now, so he can actually take the money from you. Great. I guess I'll just count back 7 from what you all gave me. There you are.
Can I go change really fast? Like not out here?
If you want to use the back room, sure.
That would be lovely. And I will go and do that. Is there anything in the back room?
You monster.
You can, if you want to look around.
While she's doing that, potion of greater healing. I'll take one of those. 100, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent.
There you go.
I had 330.
And yeah, those are 44 plus 4.
Okay, cool.
It's just a normal old back room, storeroom / break room that he uses. Nothing crazy.
Well, fine. I will change and I will come back out with the other armor that I am selling him, and I will just give it to him.
Okay. And yeah, he'll give you the 7 gold for it.
Thank you so much. You do such lovely work.
Thank you. I try. Artem just jumped in to roll 20 apparently.
Ivan rolls up. Nobody asked where Ivan fucking was.
He just disappeared.
We're just like, he's gone. He took the money and bounced.
It was such a great... I just love the character art he had for that guy, too. It's so good. Just the look on... What are you doing? Roll 20. Just... The look on this guy's face. I just love
I
it.
mean, Varric?
This guy. Look at his face just... Ooh. It's so good. Alright, so everyone...
It's one of the highlights of Dragon Age 2.
I only
He's
ever
like
played
the only
first one.
highlight of Dragon Age 2.
That's what I mean. He's one of the highlights of Dragon Age 2.
He's the
Only highlight.
Okay, so, did anybody want to ask this guy other stuff? Are we moving on? What's the deal?
Did we ask about the thief?
You have not asked yet.
We were told that there was a robbery here last night.
A couple nights ago, actually, but yeah, lost about 40 gold, actually.
There seems to be a string of robberies going on around here. Do you have any idea who could be pulling these things off?
Sorry, a string of robberies, you say? It wasn't just me?
Yes, one at the Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
Oh.
About 50 gold was stolen.
I quit drinking myself this year, so I
Good
haven't
for
been
you.
around. Thanks. It was just getting in the way of work sometimes, you know. Find that I'm a better craftsman without it. Well, certainly, I hope if it's the same thief he's caught, well, I hope he's caught regardless, but, oh, shame for Dansome.
This was a few days ago, you said?
Yeah, probably 3 nights.
Did you notice any strange characters swing by your place when that happened?
Oh, you mean like strange customers coming through?
Maybe
Or
a
like
few
this
days prior.
Strange carving on your doorway.
No, nothing out of the usual. Folks come in for standard supplies and that sort of thing.
I'm gonna go back up and say, hey, listen, that kobold I told you about, I think he might have something to do with it. I want to give you this potion back. Keep the change for it. Consider that payment for your losses. I'm gonna take it up with him when I see him. I'm feeling this was him.
What potion are you handing back?
Potion of healing.
Oh.
It's worth 50, so he gets a 10 gold profit.
Oh, I mean, if you want to return the potion, that's fine. You don't have to donate, though. I mean, I still do decent business. You can have your gold back, certainly.
No. Listen, this is my responsibility, and well, let's just say I've got a tab with.
Okay.
If you keep that 10 gold for your trouble, you know, no problems. Just you keep that and you go about your merry way. But if you hear anything, you let us know.
Okay. If you're certain, I won't say no. And thank you.
You don't need to tell me the location of your safe, but is it safe to say that they snuck in at night, unlocked the area, holding your gold?
I certainly would have stopped them if they tried to do it in the daytime.
But your area, is it well hidden?
Well, this one, while she was changing, may have seen the safe back there, but it's not like you can just open it up. Takes a great deal of skill to open it up if you don't have my codes.
Looking for a thief, then. Nothing worse than a thief.
There's plenty worse than a thief.
Yeah, like an assassin.
Okay, so where are people headed to?
When does the hill ball game start?
It's probably right about time to get over there. To at least meet people at the stadium.
On
Guess
our
we'll pack
walk over there, I would like to say to Bisk, I think it's very, very nice of you that you are trying to cover for your friend, you know. Trying to pay people back and right his wrongs.
Oh, I mean, basically, I want to be telling the truth when I look my friend in the eye and say, hey, you owe me this gold.
Sure. I believe you. Insight.
Wow, I insight that you're inciting me.
You can't do that! Fuck me. I'm done today. Just take me out.
That's it, guys. That's it. That's a wrap for this week.
Nat
done
20.
today.
I can tell that she's judging me.
And
Is that all
she's
you
doing
care
it-
about? Judgment?
And she's doing it in a way, it's not like a critical, like, once over. It's just this, like, really steadily growing smile. Like, that's, I don't believe you. And it's very, very sweet that you're doing that.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
He and I go way back. We got... This just goes way back.
okay, so you are here at the
However,
top,
guys,
and
I do have to say, I'm out of gold. But I
Do
do
not
have
worry.
this cheese.
That's
That's my currency right now.
We can try to cover some of your expenses. Just try not to go crazy, okay?
Okay, I got 2 health potions and some acid for the group.
Only because I
And,
think
and cheese for the group.
only because I think that it is more than just you wanting to show off to your friend. I think you are a very good person, this Fisk. Walk away.
Thank you.
okay, so now y'all are headed up to this part of town.
Football!
To the Hillball Stadium.
Football!
Real
Okay,
quick, before we
sports.
get there, could I do a perception check to see if we're being followed
Certainly.
or if we're being watched by anyone?
Certainly.
How strange of a sight are we, our group of people? And could I get something more than a fucking 3? Like, come on!
Preach! Preach!
I would like to cast Disguise Self and make myself look like a Goliath.
Okay.
I can also do a thing too, but I would be short.
You can be a child Goliath.
So with that, you don't think anyone's watching you. Okay, so everybody goes to the stadium. You'll just have to pretend that there's 2 hills on either side of this thing, because, you know, images of a made-up sport don't exist. So,
This is pretty dope. This looks like God of War.
yeah, this is a pretty sick thing, regardless. Okay, so you get there, and there's just a big crowd outside, but nobody's really going in.
Let's start a riot and get inside quicker.
But I'm assuming you're probably looking for friends of yours when you get there.
Yes.
Yes, let's see where Eulith and that old man that we beat up.
Well, you think he's old still?
Dude, look at him! You can see the tectonic plates on him.
I think that's tattoos.
Oh, that might be true.
Yep, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so you'd eventually find them in the crowd. You don't need to roll for that in any way. So yeah, you eventually find them. Youthful and still are there. Despite Youthel's like typical appearance, he's totally got like a pennant and like one of those #1 finger things for his team.
Go team.
but still stoically silent while he's holding them. So Youthful just
Are we expected to like not have weapons and armor with us at an event like this, or is it kind of Wild West?
You would not have to turn anything in. But
Okay.
before that can happen, Youthful will just say everybody, "Oh, you made it.
This is our new Goliath friend that we made. Say hello.
Hello.
What happened to your Dragonborn friend?"
He's hanging out with a friend that he made, and we met this gentleman. He has been very, very kind. He's been showing us around the city. It's been great.
Been a long time since I've been back in these parts. It's good to be home.
I don't believe we've met before. My name is Youthful. And he'll reach out for a handshake.
Hello, my name's Bothel.
Nice to meet you, Bothel. Well, I'm sorry you all came out to the stadium. It seems like games won't actually be happening today.
What?
What?
Yeah, we believe me, the crowd is not happy about it. Apparently
So
somebody...
we don't need to start a riot.
Well, there might be one starting anyway. Apparently somebody hit the betting tables last night.
Oh.
And games are being delayed until the thief is found or the gold is returned. You seem extra upset, Beautiful. Is everything okay?
He was just really excited to see this game today, I think.
Been waiting ages. If we can find out who stole this, can the game begin?
I think that would be the entire point, yes.
Then let's go!
It's okay. It is okay. We
Okay.
will find him.
It's
and we will
not
get to see the
okay.
game. You're right. It's not okay. He's very scary. You Goliaths are scary when you're mad. Let's go find him then, huh?
Let's.
Okay, so the
Any idea where we should start?
well, you know what was hit as far as the stadium.
Yeah.
So if you want to go over to where the bets are taken,
I need to go there.
Yep.
there's a I don't what the heck do you call it? Like there's a term for it. The place you go
Box
to place your
office.
bets. Yeah, it's the place you go to place your bets on the game.
Yeah.
You like if you're at like a horse track or something.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so that's where you go. You go to the office and there's just a teller there. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not taking any bets. The games are being delayed.
At ease. We're here investigating.
Oh, okay. That's great.
How much
I
gold
can,
were you hit for?
about 110 gold was taken away.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh,
dear.
that's a lot of gold.
I do not think
You
we
can
will
pay
be
that
able
right
to-
back, Goliath. What's your name?
Began with a B.
It's your name. What does it sound like in Giant again? It sounds so beautiful when you say it.
Oh, our friend Bethel. Yeah.
Bethel.
Bertha?
Bethel.
You can call me Brock.
Great. Nice to meet you. Can any way I can help you in finding this? People are not happy.
Have
This
you
is recent,
seen
yes?
a kobold or
Just-
any other little creature?
Can't say I've seen that. No. Came in today, found this gold missing. Everything seemed to be there by our count last night, but yesterday, so I guess this must have just happened in last night.
How much of a period of time were you away from the gold?
I went home for the evening.
At what time?
When did I leave? I was probably done counting around 7, 8, then I went home.
And then you came back when?
Oh, 2 hours ago?
Okay, so what time was that?
I was gone for about 10 hours.
Okay, and no one was guarding the gold. All the gold you keep for the bets. For those 10 hours.
Well, we've never really had anybody as brazen as to try to do this before. Although whoever they are seems to have left a calling card.
Calling
Is
card.
it
Can
like
I
a
see it?
C?
I mean, whatever this is, and he points over to where some of the gold would have been kept in, like, on the wall, is that same symbol.
Is there any, like,
Same symbol.
empty table or something? Any kind of empty table or something nearby? Or a chair?
What's the symbol? Is that something I wasn't around for?
This right here, yeah.
Yeah, it's been at all three of the locations that gold has gone missing so far.
Gotcha. Is
Which is
Sam familiar with this at all?
Well,
I think just
Visk already knows what it is.
Oh, has he shared that with us?
It's the symbol of my mentor.
Right. Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm gonna see it and just grab the nearest thing that won't be too annoying to clean up, and I just go, "Son of a whore!" and I throw it.
Okay. Please calm yourself down. I mean, listen, we're all, in a bad place here, but there's no need to destroy anything.
Okay, so go over your security from beginning to end. Where are your weaknesses? How could this have happened?
I don't think they could share their weaknesses.
Do you want your gold back or not? I've already repaid 2 people.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Viscus.
anybody
I can't
would have-
actually afford that.
all anybody would have to do, I suppose, is to undo the shutters that we bring down in front of the place, and then if they could somehow get into the safe, but that would take a very skilled thief.
A very skilled thief indeed.
May I see this safe?
I really
Under the watch
shouldn't-
of the lawman here.
I guess if you wish, but it has to be quick. I don't think my boss would like anybody back here right now.
We'll be in and out before you even notice.
Oh, okay. He'll open the thing up, let you guys in.
Before we walk in, like with a quick perception check, would I be able to look for any signs of an entry? Like, was it the shutters, or like how would I have done it, or like?
If you want to do like some sort of investigation to see what, you can do that.
Have we
I'm
officially
not
pinged
good at
this
it.
as a side mission now?
You
Has
haven't,
it shown up on the thing?
you actually haven't yet, believe it or not.
Oh my god.
What
It's
does a
all just
14
weird
get me?
coincidences.
With a 14, it doesn't seem like this was like, when I say no forced entry, it's not like they broke something to get in. It seems like they probably did the smooth thing of like just unlocking things and getting inside. They didn't like bust their way through.
Gotcha.
The last
Cool.
time I saw this was in the presence of my old master. I must face him alone, and I turn back and I walk away. And then, like, after a few paces, I'm like, no, actually come with me. I just always wanted to say that.
We're
Can we
coming.
look at the area real fast?
You look at the area, I've got my own
Okay.
plans.
What are your plans?
Well, lawman, you and me.
I'll come with you.
Thank
You
you.
drow,
In and out,
come
I
with
promise.
Okay.
I will share you my plans.
Can you teach me how to like pick a lock or something too? I think that would be like a really fun.
In good time! But first, I will teach you a little bit of thieves' cant, because that's what
Yes!
we need.
And while they do that, I guess Bron and I will check out the place. I'll roll another investigation. Ooh, that one's not great.
You're not gonna find anything beyond what he said. Just, yeah, here's the safe that they seem to have busted into.
I'd like to go over to the window shutters
Mhm.
and right where the floor is in front of it, and I want to see if there's any dirt or dust or soot that might have been kicked in when someone landed there.
Okay.
Maybe I can get a shoe size or something.
Yeah.
Finally.
I'd say you'd find yeah, I'd say you find a print. It's like it's very like faded or like rubbed into the counter because like otherwise it would have been noted before. You'll see it's not particularly large size. Like the tread of the boot isn't huge. It doesn't seem to be worn by a particularly big individual.
Van,
Yes.
what would you say of this footprint right here?
And
It's
some
one thing-
shoes, I suppose.
It's one thing I've noticed since coming to Golithan. A lot of big feet.
Yes. Not a big footprint.
No. Seems whoever we're tracking is small of stature.
Small for us or small for them?
I'll put my shoe next to it. How does it look?
A bit smaller than yours. So like not like definitely not like gnome or halfling sized, but like between that and about your height. Because how tall is Braun's? About 6 foot, right?
Ah, he's around there, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. It's not much smaller than yours.
Would this add up to what Visk was saying about his mentor?
Doesn't seem to be
not
quite
know.
the same size. Seems like it'd be too big for that.
Too big for his mentor.
Well, he said his mentor was a kobold, and kobolds are very small.
Gotcha.
Could I make out from the footprint whether it was like a leather shoe or a metal greave or barefoot or anything like that?
Yeah, you could tell it was some sort of boot, probably leather because it doesn't seem to be like there was a whole lot of impact.
Got it.
I may be venturing a guess, but I want to say female. Humanoid. Maybe an elf. I'm going to try it. This may look unethical, but I'm going to try a thing. I'm going to try to crack the safe. See if I can.
The guy behind the counter is immediately going to come over and stop you. Whoa, guys! You can look around. You can't start re-breaking into things.
Oh, of course you can watch. I just want to.
If you need me to open it, I'll just open it. I don't want people. Let me just.
Hold on. He has a method. Just let him see where he goes with this.
Okay.
Ron's gonna give you like a trusting look.
I'll nod. And as I pick the lock, I'm also going to look for any like scrapes or signs of like how it could have been opened, whether it was like, whether it was also picked before, or if they knew the combination.
Sure. Yeah, it just seems like it was well picked. Doesn't seem like it was like a sloppy job or like a forced thing. It seemed like a very dexterous, very well done, boom, smooth lock picking.
Gotcha. And that 14 for the pick lock didn't do it either, I assume. I assume it's harder to open than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I believe it was done with a similar tool. Whoever they were good. Or lucky. Probably good. Thank you for your time. Sorry we were a nuisance.
Hey, if it helps track down whoever did this, so be it. But, yeah, you guys really do need to get out of here. If my boss catches anybody back here, I'm gonna be in trouble.
That's fair. I think I have an idea of where we can go. Maybe ask for some questions.
Sure.
Van, my friend! And I'm going to slap an arm around your shoulder and say, have you ever gone gathering information before?
Let's see how you do it.
Oh, we're going to have a grand time. I can already tell. Smash cut to a guy being thrown against a wall. Where are they?
See, I told you, you don't want to make him mad. Just tell him what he wants to know. No, you had to pick the hard one.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy.
Old man Joker, tell me.
Yes.
I think we're going to start heading towards the... Well, I'm going to use my city watch and go where the hive of scum and villainy is.
Okay. Take you guys back to the map.
At least starting us there. Using the Watcher's Eye, I'm going to see where the seedier spots are, and I'm going to start my search there.
Okay. Yeah, it's all, like I said, it's kind of this district down here.
Do we want to cut back to Valison and Viscus?
Oh yeah, where'd you guys go?
So I'm going to be going around town in like public square things or at taverns or wherever there's like a public spot, and I'm going to be showing Valison like, all right, so here's my name, and and here's a little like parlay want to meet symbol, and then here's a location. Let's have it just be, let's just do it right at the Great Well, shall we? So we'll just do a little well. You see that? It's very minimalistic, but you see how that's a well?
I do.
All right, so it's basically just saying that I want to meet, and I'm going to do his little symbol at the well. I'm going to just place this around, get feelings, so he'll know it's me.
Oh.
And then I'll change back into my normal self, and then we'll wait. He should reveal himself to me. I'm a little pissed that we're not watching the game right now, but besides that, we should be fine. We should be on good terms.
Afterwards, would you like to make a bet on the game?
Yeah.
That sounds fun, right? How do I do my name?
The players first.
On this thing. I want to, like, is it like a bunny or something? Like, do I just pick one? Do I just pick a symbol for myself? Is that how you do it? Or is it like assigned?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of helped me make mine.
Oh.
But yeah, you can kind of make your own thing. It's like your signature.
Maybe like a bunny or something. I think
If
that would
you
be
want to do a bunny, I mean, you got to be
Maybe a
careful
bunny.
because bunnies to some people mean
good.
things.
Oh, never mind. I will think about it, and I will come to you with a good idea later, I think.
Okay, yeah, because you don't want to give the wrong impression about who you are. You know, you got judgmental people like Rob, you know?
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. They might get the wrong idea if you show a bunny.
And I'm not like that at all.
I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you're a fine lady.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to be going around, and while he's gathering information, I am placing little markers asking to meet at the Great Well.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go there. I'm going to change back into my normal self and wait.
Okay.
Would you like me to stay like so many feet away and just watch you, or?
No, you can stay with me. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Okay.
Just be your natural good self. Just be all nice and cheery like. Maybe strum a little tune, calm a little
I
bit
can
of
play
emotion.
some music. Yes.
All right, cool. I'm back.
Welcome back.
This needs vodka. I'll be back.
Okay. So Braun and Van are going down to the seedier parts.
Yeah. I'd like to use the Watcher's Eye to try and find. So Vander and I are currently doing the 2-man looking for information thing, and we're gonna go into one of the seedier bars.
Okay.
And I'll also be keeping a perception out, an eye out for any thieves' cant symbols that seem relevant.
Okay. So you don't really, you'll see some because it's that part of town, but you don't see the same one.
Okay. And my passive is 14.
Okay.
And I also
But yeah, so you're definitely gonna catch some, like over a couple doorways and in some alleyways and stuff, but you do not see the same one.
Okay. I might leave a couple.
Okay.
I guess I'll use the chalk to make like a symbol meaning looking for information or looking for work.
Mm-hmm.
And then are we staying somewhere in town?
You are staying at Uthel's place, which is
Okay.
F here on the map.
Okay. So with that, as like a place marker map, I'll leave either a coordinate or the symbol of the inn as well, to kind of pair it with the two, to be like, I'm looking for information. Here's where I'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Braun is doing what? Where's Braun doing his thing?
I think I'm leading us to where a hive of scum and villainy.
Okay. I didn't know if you had something specific beyond that while you're there. Because you're there now, and Van's looking for the symbols.
Oh, where are we?
It's just kind of this whole district. There's not necessarily like a thieves guild or something like that. You might find some more like hole-in-the-wall, nastier bars, but there's no like, this is the thieves guild.
Okay. What's the... Because, everyone was expecting a big game today, right?
Sure.
So what's the vibe going on right now? Are there a bunch of people just hanging around, kind of loafing about, like, pissed off?
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that there was no game, people are definitely not happy about it.
So there's probably some loud guy on the corner, right?
Probably.
Braun's going to approach him.
Okay. He's just yelling because he wanted to see the game. It was going to be against the start of the new season.
Excuse me, friend.
Yeah, what do you
ask
want?
Looking for some information. Might you be able to help us?
What do you want? What do you want to know?
Well, I think we want the same thing. We want to see the game.
Yeah, unless you're gonna get up there and play, a game ain't happening.
No, you don't want to see him play. He's no good. But we need to get certain things done so these professionals can do what they do best. So maybe follow along with my friend here.
We're looking for a thief. Someone small, someone that's been leaving their mark. And Braun's gonna kind of make the symbol on a piece of wood that he has, that C with a sword through it. Does this mean anything to you?
Doesn't mean anything to me, but I know that happened at the tavern. Dansom said somebody took some gold and left that in his bar, right along the countertop.
He's been hitting a couple different spots, bars, weapon shops, and now the safe at the Hillball game.
It's the same person doing this? Just hitting
want us to
spots
think
all over
that.
town?
We think they're mocking us, trying to make a fool of everyone. We need to know if there's anyone you know or someone might know with connections. Someone that might hire a thief to go around causing mischief like this. It would go a long way for us if we could find that, return the gold, and I'll have a good day, drink some ale, watch the game.
I can't imagine anybody would want to stop the game. It's a big deal around here. I don't know why anybody would want to stop that from happening.
So they're not from around here.
Well, you put it that way, I guess not.
Have you noticed any newcomers within the past couple of days? Someone shifty, maybe wearing some robes, on the smaller side.
Plenty of shifty people around this part of town, but I don't know if any smaller people could really get by around here. It's a little tough on this side of town, you know?
I noticed. If we were to look around some of these bars, taverns, is there anyone who knows things? Someone who can find things? Who would we speak to?
I mean, all the barkeeps hear rumors, if that's what you're looking to do.
Braun's gonna look to Van and kind of like give him like a, come on, sweeten him up.
Sorry, the animals. I'll kind of gently shrug and I guess do a quick once over. Is there anything I notice about him that like trying to look for some leverage, I guess.
You'll notice he's got kind of like a bag of like some scrolls at his side.
You know a lot of things, yes. Obviously, you must have heard something. You've got to know something.
Who's casting detect thoughts? You're muted.
I'm not even there. I was just fucking around.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, I'm not sure what to say to this guy. Does he look like he's hiding anything, or is he just out of his element here?
He doesn't necessarily seem out of his element, but for his, like, kind of belligerent demeanor, it's weird that he would have a bag of scrolls.
Okay. It's weird to just straight up ask him if I can see those.
Gotta be craftier.
Tell you what, fellow. I'll buy you a drink if you cooperate a little with my friend. How about that?
I gotta say no to a free drink. I like to think I'm already cooperating, but what more do you want?
Well, I feel like you're not letting on to something. Barkeep, and I'm gonna try to kind of slip.
You're
one of
out
the
on a street
scrolls.
corner at the moment.
We're currently on the street right now. We're
why did I think we were in a bar?
I mean, you can still go. You can still go do that, but
we're currently on the set of The Wire right now, so.
Gotcha. Okay. do I see a bar?
Sure, totally. Around this part of town, totally.
Okay, sweet. I'll kind of pat him on the back and point out, how's that place? Does that suit you?
I got pretty strong ones there.
All right, you lead the way.
All right.
And
All right,
as
so
he
I'm going
walks
there with you
forward,
guys.
I'm gonna. Well, as he walks forward, I'm just gonna kind of like pluck
Okay.
one of them.
Give me a sleight of hand. Ooh, that's good. I'm thinking you'll be okay with that, but let's just make sure. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to quickly glance at it and see if it's useful.
It's a map of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have a name? Did we get his name?
No.
Is there a name on it?
I mean, the name of the city's on it. His name is not.
No? I'm wondering if he's like a cartographer or something. Okay, map of the city. Interesting. I'll go for another pluck.
Okay.
Slightly less good.
Sorry, I closed up my roller. 1 second.
Hey, shush.
You got another? Yep, he's good. You got it.
Quick glance.
It's another map of the city.
Interesting. I'm going to kind of like shove them into my pocket and kind of walk next to him. So what is it you do? I'm sorry, I never got your name.
It's Tori. Well, there's a U in there.
Interesting. What do you do, Tori?
Well, I guess if you're born with a name like that, there's only one thing you can do.
Oh, you're a tour guide, aren't you?
Yeah. And
Well, how about that?
without a game happening, not much people want to see today.
Ah, I see. Huh. I'm going to turn to Braun and
Tori, here, and I'm going to hand him 10 silver. Why don't you go inside, get yourself a nice drink, take the rest of the day off. If you see anything, we'll be the upper district, by the well. Let us know if you hear anything.
All right. You guys want a map in the meantime?
No, I think
you're
we'll
not, you're not
manage.
taking a tour, but all right. I guess I'll just take a look at my handiwork myself.
Thank you for your information, Tori.
That was Tori shaking his fur in a "You're welcome." He just
I guess
wags like a dog.
once we get around a corner or something, I'll pull out the map. Well, the two maps and hand one off to Braun and say, free map?
We need information, not a map.
I know. But the map's the only information I got.
Seems whoever this thief is, it's not a local. Because I don't think anyone wants to spoil the game.
Don't suppose any smaller people live here? Just Goliaths?
I think we're looking in the wrong place.
What's
This
your
person
gut say?
keeps hitting bigger spots. First the tavern, then the shop, then the game. They go where the gold is. If they go to the next spot, the highest amount of gold, they'll eventually hit there. If we wait there and do a sting operation, we can catch him.
Yes.
Let him come to us.
I feel like that's a good move. I'm going to look through the map and what place seems like the highest gold place.
I'll.
Is
I
there
guess.
a bank?
Say that again.
Is there a bank?
Yeah, there's definitely banks in town. Most of those are gonna be in like this part of town, which was already hit right here, at Spot G. That was the store. But then kind of like over here on the farmland, you've also got like some of the like really nice like manor type homes.
Mm-hmm.
This is all low-income stuff right here. You know, kind of the ghetto type area, so there's not much there. So yeah, you're gonna see like around here near the Great Well in the middle of the city is like town hall, nicer buildings like that. Over here is kind of the nicer districts, so kind of that like middle slice there of the city, and then the nicest of homes that kind of stand here alone, separated from the city on good bits of land.
Gotcha. And where were the other places that were hit?
Right here at A, right here at D, and right here at G.
I'm marking them all.
Okay.
Yeah. Do those correspond with the time? Do we know the approximate time they were hit?
I think they were a couple days ago each. This one was just last night.
At
When
3
do
and
we
1?
know when did Tall, Dark, and Handsome get hit?
That was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they were all like in the middle of the night. Visk tried to roll to see like to compare the dates, or to compare to see how old the symbols looked, but he rolled very poorly. But you know, there was at least 3 to 4 nights between when the store got hit and when the stadium got hit.
So if they're making a full circuit, then it might be in the west part of town.
How is Youthful?
Well, you all just saw him at the stadium last.
Is he well off?
He's like pushing on the edge of upper class, but he's not necessarily upper class. He's like the highest of middle class you can get, though.
I say,
like, he is a local hero, but it doesn't mean he's like, you know, laying down money. Youthful is he was the representative for the Goliaths at the Circle. He's kind of a local hero for the city.
Gotcha.
We meet back up with Youthful. He can tell us who the bigwigs are here. He can get us an audience, and maybe we can set up a sting operation. I'll tell you one thing, Van. I may not have the mind of a thief, but I've been tracking them down for a while now. I can smell them when they're close. They're out there.
Well, between the two of us, we hopefully have all bases covered.
And then we'll head up that to Youthful's.
Okay. You do that. What are Valison and Visk doing?
Waiting at the Great Well.
Okay. Well, no one has showed up.
Playing some mean viola, though, man.
I'm gonna wait till nightfall if I have to.
Okay. And the other two...
If Valison gets bored, I can tell her, like, you can just go on without me.
I do not want to leave you alone. That is a level of split the party that I am very uncomfortable with, actually.
That's fair. Well, I appreciate you having you by my side.
It is no problem. It's giving me a lot of time to practice, even though these people don't really seem to enjoy this kind of music.
So, like, when you do your viola, do you ever do, like, a little strumming, like a ukulele, or is it just the...
You can. I like to, like, just keep it standard, but there are some songs that you do get to strum and you get to pick the strings and stuff like that. I would like to...
I'll, like, get by with help from my friends.
Yeah, have a little help from my friends. Uh-huh.
I love the... Sorry.
Huh.
I was going to say something completely unrelated. It's just something I just noticed. I was going to say I love everybody's different spelling of youthful versus the way, like, that I have it written down.
I would like to, you know, eventually save up to get a violin, and then I could have the viola and the violin, and I could just have both. And when I want to, like, be deep and broody, I can use the viola, and then when I want to, like, be loud and, like, attention grabby, I can have the violin. Someday, eventually. But I will play that song for you. I will. Hopefully.
Okay, so the other two of you go back to Youthals. Oh.
Is Andrew back yet? Just me?
Yeah, it's just you.
I
That's
bet
fine.
you gold that I can pick out that person's thoughts over there. I bet you I can.
All right, let's see it.
No, we can let Ryan go. I was just trying to be a smartass again.
Wait. Let's make a wager. I bet you. Okay, I don't have any gold anymore. I wager you a little clump of cheese that the person's thinking about sex.
Which one? That one over there?
Yeah, that one. The one who's like keeps on adjusting his pants and just keeps on kind of looking at people that are going by.
Yes, detect thoughts. Is he thinking about sex?
Okay. One second.
Initially learned the surface thoughts of that creature, that what is most on their mind in that moment.
I rolled an odds evens just to determine. Yeah, so you see him walk in, and his thoughts are just like,
Oh, that Deborah girl. I hope she'll be there at the Tall, Dark, and Handsome tonight.
You know what? You were right. I guess there is a lady named Deborah, the Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
Yep.
How much do I owe you?
I guess the equivalent of a clump of cheese is like a couple copper.
We will go a gold. I don't have small change right now, which is weird for me. I usually have only small change. Here you go.
all right. So Van and Braun return to Youthal's home. Oh, you're back, and you have are those maps?
A couple, yes.
I found a tour guide. It didn't exactly help us find what we wanted to.
But we've got these beautiful maps now.
Sure. And Youthal emotion for one of them.
I'll hand over the one we've marked.
Okay. He just looks at it.
Actually,
Decent handiwork, sure. And Syl from behind him looks at the map, then looks at Youthal, then looks at you guys, then looks at the map again. Youthal puts down the map, looks at Syl, looks back to you guys. You do realize this is all in like a... Syl says it's all in a perfect triangle, right?
What do you mean?
If you look at the robberies, they seem to be triangulated.
My gods.
So what's dead in the middle there?
Number 8. What is number 8?
Well, it's more like this.
Or it's E. What is E?
The Great Well?
Youthal looks at it. Huh. Interesting that would be... I mean, I guess it is the center of town, but... It's just odd.
You think that someone might hit there next? But what's there to take at the well?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if anyone would steal from it, but it is a very important part of our city. It is our city. I suppose you don't know the history of Golithan, do you?
No.
Well, there's a fresh water source underneath the city. It's what the city was built around. Water comes in from the ocean on either side of the peninsula, from the north and south, and it's naturally desalinated by the time it gets below. When the first Goliaths came here, they built the well around it. The Great Well isn't called the Great Well because of its size, it's called that because of its importance. It's the water source for our city. It was also, unfortunately, the source of the disease some years ago, but I seem to have been the only one who thought that could have been a possibility. I went down there with the team. We found an entire nest of... Well, nest is probably a small way of putting it. We found many sturges down there that seemed to be infecting the water, and lo and behold, that was the cause of the disease. We eradicate the sturges, let the water cycle through, and the people were no longer sick. So maybe it's not about money, but about something else. Control? I don't know.
Who else was on
Sturges?
your team?
Sturges
Oh,
are
tempest.
they're kind of like giant mosquito things. Stirge, a sturge. They're basically, if you look at them in the monster manual, they're like basically big mosquitoes, sort of.
I gotta say, are those the demon mosquitoes?
They might be. I didn't know if they were demonic or not, but
I think they're demonic. I think I've had you face those guys before.
maybe.
I think a lot of mosquitoes are demonic.
Yeah, that's why our city was built. It's certainly of importance.
Beautiful. I think we need to stake out that spot. If Syl believes this spot is very significant, I mean, this seems silly, but it's a well. Would someone take all the gold and throw it into the inside of the well? Would they use that as the way of getting outside of the city?
Well, the water flows in and collects there. It doesn't go out. But at the same time, there is an entire system underneath of there that people could certainly use for maneuvering around the city.
Huh.
A getaway point. I think we should check it out.
Were all three of these points accessible by these underground tunnels?
Well, relatively speaking, sure. It's not like the tunnel opened up from underneath, but, you know, if you're running a tavern, you probably want to be close to one of the additional water sources. If you're running a hillball stadium, you certainly do. And the nicer part of town where Andrew's store is, there's certainly plenty of spots to get water there. That all does stem from the Great Well.
So I think we can rule out poisoning.
I think they're using the underground system, as I understand it, to get around the city, correct?
Yes.
Or they're based out of there. The one place that would be why no one's seen them in the lower parts, because they're not there. They're hiding underneath the well.
So based on that, where's the next big place accessible from the waterway?
I think we should go storm his place, see if we find any clues there. If he strikes at night, we have some time. I think it's time we get wet.
I like your style.
Cut back to Valison and Visk taking more bets on people doing sex thoughts. And someone just goes, I think it's time we get wet. If that's where
That
y'all are...
one there is definitely also thinking about sex.
It's like, good God, the number of people. It keeps on going.
It's all
This is
anyone
not
thinks about.
okay. This is all that they're thinking about. This is actually not okay at all.
Well, hey, if that's where you're headed, your buddies are already there.
I mean, maybe it's okay. Maybe if they weren't doing that, maybe we wouldn't procreate enough and then the whole world would be gone.
Maybe they're not doing what?
What if it's all Deborah?
Who's Deborah?
All of it is Deborah. Hello, Mr. Warren. How are you?
Yep, everybody's here around the well.
What are you guys doing here?
We're doing well. Huh.
I am
We are
playing
doing
music,
well.
and I am learning some things from Visk here. And we know that damn near everybody in this joint is thinking about sex. We
Yeah, that's
know that
strange.
for a fact.
How does that help us find our culprit?
Well, we know that there wasn't anybody thinking about stealing shit.
We do know that. I've been kind of sensing that all day. And by all day, I mean like a minute.
How long have we been here? I lost track of time.
You guys have been there a couple hours.
God,
It's probably
already.
getting into like evening time now.
Well, listen, this is around the time this guy might be showing up, so I think it'd be best to not go anywhere, just to stay right here.
I'm going to observe the like the sill. What is that, a sill? Whatever the surrounding thing on the well is, and then like the wheel used for lowering and raising.
Okay.
Is that like a ceremonial thing that's just there for decoration?
No, it's definitely there. And if you look in, you'll see that it actually, so this well, you imagine like what you're seeing here on the surface here, right? Here's the well. Mm-hmm. You can see that the basket goes like way down beyond where you can actually see it to pick up the water. It's not that, like, this well isn't filled to the brim. This bucket clearly goes a long way down before it actually hits any water.
Right.
And you will also see that, just for sake of people who may need to go down there to check things out, there is a ladder.
Interesting.
I pull out my rock climbing gear.
Okay, you just ignore the ladder?
Yes.
Okay.
Raise you to the bottom, and I'll grab the rope part where it like cycles through and like kind of drop in.
Wait, what is happening right now? Why are you two here?
I'll cut the rope.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding.
I'll get to the bottom a lot faster that way.
Yeah, but who wins?
The viewers? I don't know.
I don't know. We have reason to believe the thief is based out of the. We'll show him the map that has the little smiley face on it.
Oh, am I not dropping in? Never mind. Okay, yes. Underground tunnels and all that.
There is a smiley face in the middle of a triangle.
I'm sorry, autistic. Yeah, I just had an urge. You know.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad smiley face. I mean,
thank you.
It's very good triangle. But
it's rather cute smiley face, I think.
Not
I
really.
think in order to get to the bottom of this, we need to get to the bottom of this.
Well,
I'd like to
let's get on with it.
like gauge how long he's been waiting to say that.
Does that help?
You can't tell.
You don't know. Actually, I'm not even gonna bother rolling because I'll probably roll another fucking 7.
I suppose at this point we've like collected backpacks and stuff. Because I imagine a fair amount of the stuff is not like stuff we keep on us at all times, right?
I mean, most of my stuff's in a pack.
Always carries his block of cheese. Always.
Well, yes. What if he gets hungry? It's a good block of cheese.
It is a good block of cheese.
Do you two want to wait up here and see if he comes in after us, or would you like to come along?
Neither of you can see down there.
Come
Yeah, just
along,
point that out.
That's why I brought my backpack. That's why I've got a lantern.
Torch.
Got a torch.
Good luck.
You want to do the lantern or the torch or both? What do you want to do?
I like torch.
Okay, aesthetic.
Val, you gave some good points about not splitting the party. So
I do not like
I am going to leave another little note in Thieves' Cant to say, you know, meet here and then say like early morning just before dawn. So that way if we miss him, hopefully I'll see him.
Oh, yeah. To kind of piggyback on that retroactively, I think that symbol I would have left to like gather information, it would have been pinned out for like closer to bedtime.
Okay.
Not like immediate.
Okay, so everyone goes down?
Let's light this torch and get busy.
Okay, this
Oh,
looks...
my thieves' can't symbol vanished.
So
My
this
scribbles.
looks weird on my screen. Hopefully it does dynamic lighting properly for you guys.
I'm in darkness.
I see myself and that's it. But then again, I don't have dark vision, so that makes
Well, yeah, only Val and should really have anything actual dark vision.
Oh, not again.
But do you see properly? Like it's not.
I do.
Okay, I'm just making sure because on the GM side, dynamically you still see everything with dynamic lighting, so I wasn't sure.
I will say, if you intended like these areas to be blocked out,
I
do
see
see
those?
in there as
Okay,
well. Yeah,
that
it
is-
looks like it's. Or wait, no, there it is, right there.
Okay, so if
Yeah,
I do.
am seeing. Woo!
Whoa! What did you just turn on?
Please
Turn
don't
my
do that.
torch on.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. So
I should be.
So
yeah.
I'm tracing a line here. Do you? What the heck? I was tracing a line. So
Actually,
you
that
see
makes
this?
makes it easier to see. Yeah,
We're
I
all
see
rested, right?
all
Okay.
of the line.
Do you see in
and
here?
there's. I do see in there, yeah.
That does not make any sense. That is an enclosed polygon, and this is dynamic lighting.
Enclosed.
That is
Yeah.
super... Well, okay. I guess I will... That's fine, because we're going to stop here for the night anyway.
I can see everything.
I'll just fog of war that stuff out, because that is bizarre. Those are
I
all...
can say clearly since.
These are all closed blocks. Okay. We'll figure out the lighting and everything for next time. This is where we're going to pause anyway.
Until then, we're in the dark.
Because y'all just... Because y'all just dropped into the well.
I was born in the dark.
But...
Oh.
let's just bounce back to our nice landing page. Because y'all did collect a nice bit of XP today, at least. Cool. We'll just go ahead and we'll cut it there. Yeah, you'll pick up in the well next time.
I'd like to propose something.
Okay.
That this quest be titled Well, Well, Well.
Okay.
Well, oh well.
It does have a name. You'll find out next episode.
It's not well, well, well. I'm quitting.
It's not well. We will, Andrew, we won't have you for next episode at all. Is that correct? Or what's the plan?
No, I think next week I'm good.
Okay.
I don't have my phone on me. I think next week I'm good.
Are you planning on working the Monday after your wedding?
Yes, I shouldn't be hungover.
We're done
at that
streaming,
point.
right? We could probably
We're not done yet because I didn't say goodbye to anybody. I was just going to say whether or not Andrew would be here next week, but you will be just regularly.
I am 98% sure I am here next week, so I'm all for it. I'm
Okay.
super psyched.
Cool.
I miss you guys.
But you'll be here as a married man.
I will. I'll be wearing a ring on this finger.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
Put a
weekend,
ring on it.
people.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah. Well, on that note, bye everybody. It's been an episode. See you next time
Bye.
on Tales of Sentra. Later.